Oi, oi, Flat Earth British, Martinliedtke speaking. Welcome to a very special Flatterday, double flat thumbs to infinity thrice to start off. Let me just check my comms are in order when my live feed eventually shows its face. It's good to see you all. 134 of you just showed up. All the gang are in, and you are psychically sensing that something special is going to go down, which it is. My son, Welsh Dragon Metals, there he is there, is also in chat. And all my brothers and sisters and loved ones and everybody else. So that's absolutely fantastic. So, yes, this is me uncelebrating getting younger. So by the end of this live show, I will be a year younger. I will be a year younger. I'm not going to tell you how old I am. But by way of what I want, is for me to be able to present the best I can possibly present to you guys. The epic juice, the juice that does something, that sort of juice, which we will have here tonight. Lots of puzzle pieces are all going to fall into place. There is 100 clues. Your mind's going to be spinning. By the end of it all, it's going to be a lot of fun as well along the way. We're going to get classy and we're going to get creative with our imaginations as well later on in this post. There's going to be a lot going down, but I can assure you, and you know this from Flat Earth Britishness, that this will be very fantastic. Okay, this will be very, very juicy indeed. So we're going to talk about a lot of stuff. But what we are going to talk about is what is wrong with this place? What is wrong with this place? I've always wondered. Some people say demonic possession or the archons. What if there was something in the water? Or there was something in the water, or there's still something in the water. And it doesn't necessarily have to be parasitic in the nature of an organic life form, more a spirit, a ghost, if you like, in the water, of that Phoenician mindset that everyone seems to be infected with. Myself personally, I don't touch that shit. I only have water in the middle of summer when it is 40 degrees, then I'll have some, water, and I will force myself. It'll have to be flavored water if there's no aspartame going on or anything else. But no, I don't do water. Maybe that's why I'm unaffected by any of this bullshit. I don't even know. But anyway, could it be possible in antiquity and in a time very recently, okay, that the humble bell cured the realm of this parasite? Now, remember, bells were all sort of taken down and gotten rid of in both wars, First World War and Second World War, a lot of them because of their specific qualities. We put forward that bells create a charge on their chime in clock towers every 15 minutes, creating a charge and replenishing charge. That could very well be the case, but was there something else going on? I can't help thinking about when I was back in the Czech Republic in May, how the bells answered to one another. One bell ringing to another bell, ringing to another one. I thought, well, is that necessarily something to do with charge? Or is there something else going on? And I was thinking this while I was staring at this giant Phoenician fountain. And understanding or overstanding that we are water and the way that this realm works in its sacred geometry, if you like, its fractal nature, it occurred to me that these bells were structuring this water. Now, if you imagine a bell ringing in its clock tower and a stone being dropped into a pond and that ripple effect, well, the ripple effect will happen on the next church, but they will encompass one another, covering everywhere and recharging and revitalizing that water. Now, there was something very special going on with the water in what they call it Victorian times, because all of these Victorian wells and drinking water fixtures that were everywhere in every British park are all gone. All of that plumbing is still down there, but they got rid of it all. The pumping stations, they've replaced them. I can get that they may not be energy efficient, but they were fantastic things. And now they have new pumping stations and they chemically treat our water. It's fluoride. It's fucking just poison. Our water is poison. And I will put it to you that they have taken the water out of water. Why am I thinking this? Because some of the places that I visited, I remember thinking, and I thought this way back as well, is what is going on with these people? They look really fucking healthy. Is there something in the water? Now, I was in the Czech Republic. The place where I was called Budweiser. But water, everything is water related there. And it was because there was drinking places, just natural streams, natural water coming up that everybody was drinking. And they were all looking really well and fantastic on this water. And they were thinking, all right. I remember in Glastonbury, when I went there earlier on in the year, they had 2 drinking wells, one male, one female. Somebody from Glastonbury said, don't bother with the male one. It won't agree with you if you're a man because it's got too many heavy metals in it or something. Stick with the other one. So I did. But I definitely felt an effect of that water. Now, we've been going on about structuring water, triple vortexing, electrolyzing, if you like. With magnets, magnetizing water and structuring it for good intent for quite some time on Flat Earth British. Now, what we're going to do here, or what I'm going to attempt to do, which I've been a little bit nervous about, guys, I've been working. This is where I do feel that I am. The Most High has been very gracious with my finds. I have worked hard, but I have found some stuff that I can guarantee you would never have ever seen before. Okay, highly fucked stuff that I'll show you later on in this post concerning history and a lot of clues as well to resets. You know, this later on, I'm going to show you this rare document that I found that I've been researching the author and everything. Mind-blowing little book from 1480, and everywhere in the world's on islands. Everything is just islandlets. It's just after Noah's flood. I think Noah's flood happened recently. And I think where we are now are the remnants of what land is left. I think there was loads more land and it's all been flooded in Noah's flood. I think where we are now, all of this, where we are in the middle bit, is just islands. You know, Asia, Africa, I know they're big, but they're essentially just big islands, okay, inside of a big lake. I really do feel that the ongoing story of Noah's flood is still very much happening. And I feel that we may be in some sort of castaway situation, okay, with evil controllers. Now, when the Phoenicians came into this realm, they came via the water. Now, they're not here now in a physical form, because if I seen one, I would know one straight away. You see some of them that are imitated, like when the Queen's coronation took place. They dress like them. They put the laurel leaf, which happens to be a wreath. And when you hang wreaths on doors, well, Christmas, that's a bit deathy anyway, isn't it? We're going to be having a think about that. My son is there in the channel. Welsh Dragon Metals. There's 331 of you just turned up. Make sure to sub to him. Make sure to share this out. There's going to be so much juice, your head's going to spin. You're going to have a little laugh along the way as well. It won't be, well, going on the thumbnail, I was going to say it won't be too rude, but that necessarily might not be the case. But we'll keep it very, very aesthetically pleasing. To please me, because I grizzle to the Most High. It's like, all I really want is to do a fantastic post for the guys, and graciously he's like, oh, go on then, check this out. And I'm like, okay, that's just blown my mind. Thank you, God. Good vibes to you, Vertic, as well, brother. I hope everything's well. We're going to give you wells. We're going to put all of these things together right here, right now in the vlog, in the beginning of this vlog, and then we're going to go on with all the other stuff a bit later. But for the beginning of this vlog, we are going to put the connections together between wells. Now, when you die, they say, go to the light at the end of the tunnel. I remember when I was being knocked out in a dentist once when I was a child, and the nurse said to me in the dental surgery, she said, when you go out, because they were knocking me out with gas, she said, you will see a tunnel. You will see a tunnel with the light at the end. I was like, okay. I didn't. I seen wombles. So I told her she was full of shit. Not like that, but I said, no, I never seen wombles. I did. But anyway, there's this tunnel thing that seems to happen in our consciousness when we go under, when we are no longer conscious. I was wondering if that was actually the bottom of a well. Well, welcome, well wishers. I'm overwhelmed. You're looking well or unwell. Well. Yeah, we'll do a lot of them etymological breakdowns during the duration of this. I need to get my poo together to be able to perform this, okay, guys? Because I want it to be fantastic for you all. I wanted you to enjoy it, and I'm going to piece all of this together for you because I've tried to put it into a context that will actually make some sense to you all. If you are a follower of Flat Earth British, all of this is going to blow your mind. Loads of big clues that we've been thinking about for a long time, guys, will be made obvious in this post. So there he is, my son, Welsh Dragon Metals, on the deck of his ship. He's like 30 odd. He's not actually a sprog. Okay, people think they call us the Cray twins where I live. They think we're actually brothers. So Joe Guilford, seen you the other day on David Dem's live feed. Lovely you are. Kay Noel, hiya, lovely. Good to see you in the house. I say the white light is a bad thing. Yeah, fuck that shit, is what I say. If they say go to it, go the other fucking way. Anything they say is no go. This heaven and hell concept, you can clearly, the more I think about it, the more the penny drops. I'm like, whoa, that's so easy to put right. They're hijacking consciousness. Everything is in the water. Okay, you can think of it in, bits of information, like computer code, if you like, noughts and zeros. When you get down to the fundamentals, it's magnets. It's north and south opposing toruses, what they call atoms. It all works on electric, but the whole nature is fluid. We are in a fluid environment. It's not very viscous, but it's a fluid environment. Everything is in the water. The information is in the water. What they call the Akashic record, if you like. So I put it to you that the water is infected or has been infected. I put it to you, and I will put my case forward now, that in the past, they were creating a specific resonance, to light us up like a star in a jar, sonoluminescence, or equally for healing properties, especially with the shells, because they have specific vibrational qualities, do seashells, that will give you good health. And they're really lucky too, in some cases. We'll look at all of that along the way anyway. So Mel, Jazz Soldier in the house, good to see you, lovely. Happy everything. That's what we're doing. We're doing a big communal happy everything. I am the master of not give a fuckness. I was trained by Kung Fu masters in the art of not giving a fuck. Yeah. So I'm really good at it, guys. I can promise you. Okay. I'm really good at it. So Heathcliff, it's me, a Kathy, come on. What's my favorite Young Ones episode? Oil. Oil is my favorite episode. When Vivian puts the axe, he's like, oh no, Bored. Bored is my favorite episode. What's the one with Motorhead in? Bored. I think Bored, or the one with Baggy Trousers Madness was probably. That is a brilliant question, Heathcliff. Please hit me up with more questions like that. So I would say Oil or Bored. Bored was pretty good. Yeah. You won't get me on any questions to do with the Young Ones. So, and I just blew your socks off with Young Ones knowledge there, guys. But I can hang spoons on my face. I'm a man of many talents. Lotus Film Studios. Hi, aloha to Hawaii, Lotus Film Studios. So yeah, it's been a crazy week. It's been a busy week. I see the sky clappers have gone completely fucking nuts. Oh, they put a dot in the sky with another dot in the sky and crashed it into it like that. Have you noticed that? The sky clappers have had they're like little seals, aren't they? And they're all watching CGI and they're not even there anyway because all this is bullshit. All this is acting. You know what? So Mars Curiosity rover lands apparently. No, it haven't. I've seen it in the fucking Leicester Space Center. They showed you how this shit goes down with all cameras around it. And then they're all looking like a load of pedos. Not to put a finer point on it, giving all of one another fucking hand slaps and stuff like they're doing something fantastic. Watching CG fucking eye. Sorry, it just makes me mental to think about the waste of everything with it all. Okay, when it all, half the world's fucking starving and they're pissing all the money up against the wall, 85 million a fucking day on sweet fuck all. Yeah, thank you for Velcro. Yeah, everything's really sorted in the realm now. We got fucking Velcro. Yeah, and what other stupid shit have they done this week? Well, they've done loads of stupid shit this week. Well, they put everyone's got to pay £500 more in Britain for their energy. That's their way of sorting the energy crisis out. Well, we can blame the Russians and have a war with them, if you like. Okay, we'll blame some fucker anyway, and which they will, because they always do. Yeah, there was a postal van in the street the other day, a postal van. So one of the Queen's government vans with Ukrainian fucking flag on it. Ukrainian. What, guys? What? How come it's not no war? Why are they taking fucking sides and everyone's beating on the Russians? I'm not happy about it. They're just people. They probably got fucking fucked up lives. It's the same as everyone else. Can't blame the people for their fucking weird leaders, can you? Don't blame the British because, well, you probably don't know who leads Britain now, but there's this woman, possibly, called Truss. Yeah, she shit out of nowhere at the same time as the new monarch. Although I have felt rather a fondness for Charlie this week, so I had a little pray. So I hope he's not a paedophile, okay? And hope he's going to be a good king, yeah? And I hope he's going to give me, or maybe overlook any tax, okay? Because I don't know. He may be all right. So I'm just chucking that out there anyway, because, it's Charlie, innit? So we had 10,000 Welsh nationalists on a march in Cardiff today. 10,000 of them, all burrowed down in one another and wanting to basically make Wales like a sort of San Marino, charge everyone a fortune to come and visit our lovely greenness and sheep and stuff. Yeah. And I don't know, it's not funny. And basically make ourselves like sovereign. So they'd done the national anthem. So if I had gone, I was going to go and make a vlog, I would have to pretend that I know the words of that anyway, because it's in a foreign language. Oh no, it's in my own language, Welsh. Yeah. I know the glad bit, but the rest I can just mouth. Nobody'll know. So yeah, I didn't go and do that, but I was going to film it, but I thought it might knacker my Flatterday night experience for you all, with all the like nationalism and flag waving. Basically, it was all like, think out for Wales, think out for Wales. It was, guys, because nationalism's bollocks. There should be just all of us together and fucking them off. Yeah, no oppositions and different things and all that. It's just weird. Anyway, don't you think it's weird? Well, it is weird because it's them, okay? So, talking about them and weird mindsets, what is fucking wrong with this place? Could it be possibly something in the water? Now, we think that matter, as you may perceive it, and let's not think of it in quantum mechanical senses as waves and particles, in this case, because I'm not really buying that anyway, like at all, but think of it in a more fluid sense and the way that sound and resonance interacts with the liquid ether, if you like. Our thoughts, our written words, and our expressions, as long as it's with a good intent, will affect the ether, which is why I'm very careful with what I think about people and what I say. I try to be careful what I say, as not to evilly fuck up the geometry of said persons in front of me. Okay, but that can't happen with me because, like, I got this like ping resonance thing going on, which sort of affects the whole environment around. So, anyway, so we're going to look into all of that in this post. I hope it all makes sense to you. But I know long-term flat earth Britishers will all make perfect sense of this. If you're new to my channel, you're probably going to wonder what it is that I'm on about. But don't worry about that because there's loads more in this. We've got some beautiful stuff and leave it all to me. I'm going to take you on a crazy roller coaster ride of information and Yusuf and some humorous stuff. okay, is what I'm going to do. So make sure to share this out if you would. 426 of you. Welcome to Flatterday. As I said, this is a special show. I'm going to make it special for you. You're going to enjoy it. You're going to sit back and relax now. Put your little feeties up, okay? Yeah. Get the cat. Okay. British is on. Yeah. Okay, or whatever animal. In Lawrence's case, the rabbit. Okay, show lucky me. Seaweed. Oh. Weed that grows in the sea. Well, wouldn't that be nice? I am Carrios. Martin, hiya, mate. Brian, who's up the valleys? Ed, good to see you. Honor, good to see you. Margaret, lovely. Hiya, Edna. Oh, hiya, Edna, lovely. Cat Brennan's in the house. And Alva, Billy, our brother. Jess Palmer. So, yeah, any bad weather going down in America, we hope everything's going to go well for you. Hope everything will anyway, because you're basically super fantastic, which is what we're going to do in this show. Okay, we're going to show everybody what it's like to be super fantastic and part of a super fantastic community, loving community. Okay, let them look on and want to play. Let them play. We play nice here. That's the only problem. Can't have any people who don't like to play nice. I'm not doing that. Simo, good to see you, lovely. And India Wilson is in the house, lovely India. Hiya, lovely India. And Liddy's in the house, lovely India. Helmet's in the house, good. My brother's in the house. Mark Charms in the house, good to see you, my brother. Mountain Lion, arr, good to see you, Mountain Lion. That sounds tough. That sounds like you got a fuck ton of guns. Carl Hawk, good to see you. You probably have. Nora, yay. Nora Nonsflower is in the house, yay. And RK, that sounds like a rapper's name. Asia, hiya, Asia K, you still about? Hiya, Asia, lovely to see you. How are you? Chris Marsden. And Arctic Void and Sonia, who I see was in Europe. I didn't see her pop into Wales for a cup of tea with flatearthbritish. Yeah. Wales is where it's at. Yeah. That's why they want to make it independent. Jason, good to see you. Stu, Jilly Proof is in the house. Gillian, good to see you, lovely. Happy everything to everybody anyway. Let's get stuck in. Okay, because I'm going to actually have to plow through all of this to be able to survive it to the other end on a personal level. Okay, guys. Tampa, flat Tampa. It will be if the wind gets any stronger. Good to see you, Brian. Bubba didn't do it. Bubba Garlett. Oh, I hope that's not insulting. Spilled the beans. Talking about the beans, they replaced Heinz beans. They taste like shit, guys. They taste like shit, like literally shit. Yeah. So, like, all of the nice little things like skinheads on a raft, yeah, have got to be changed. Yeah, relegated to the Branstons. Although there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not posh or anything, you know. But, fuck. Pamela, this ever-changing realm is just getting ever weirder by the day. They're just changing everything. The food's fucking gone. Our supermarket, they just have... Like, they got 3 aisles full of Christmas shit, but it's all like poison. There's nothing in there that you could eat. As for food, there's none. There's none there, really. I can't even see what to eat. Set the juice loose. Okay. I concur with that, Dan, right? Okay, let's let loose the juice in the hoose. And I am going to try and elaborate myself the best I can. And please share this out, guys, because I think there's a lot of good clues in this and a lot of... puzzle pieces will fall into place, I think. Anyway. A somatic realm. Now, I know this is for a fact because, not to put a finer point on it, if you've taken as many psychedelics as I have, then you know the realm looks like this. The geometry I've seen molecular build-up, guys. This is how this place interacts. It's an expression. And the material world you see about it is a physical expression in water created by your mind. Your mind is everything in this place. So they hijack your mind by spells in words. Okay, this is 432. I get my music like recut. It's Guy Scott in Chicago, all into 432. So all my favorite music, and it's how it should sound. You actually get them shivers when it's nice and loud that you usually get on music, but you get more shivers because it hits that resonance. So it's beautiful. And this is the nature of reality, sound vibrating in water. And there's been some beautiful HD ones that I got old, or best I've seen. So some of the luminescence is light made of sound. And there's an experiment out there you can watch on YouTube where they got a liquid solution and sound is put onto this cylinder, and in the center, a star will appear. In the water, sound with the right frequency can produce a super hot bubble that creates a flash of light when it collapses. In water, through vibration, through sound. I'll show you what our sound can do as well. Okay, could boil your blood, can sound, and a lot more as well. If we were to affect the frequency of water, imagine what they're doing to your body. Now, remember, we are mostly water, carbon, a few other things, but mostly water, guys. And this whole place is water. Okay, this is the nature of a watery realm. I'm being stuck on little islandlets with everything water around us. Remember, according to them in their globe model, 72% water on their ball. So we know there's a fact ton more water, and how much of water is supposed to be frozen, who even knows? But anyway, classical music, peace, thank you. You can see the expressions in physical matter. Divine. You know, that's making people feel, they're feeling buzzy, they're feeling good, they're feeling divine, they're feeling good. But when you got all of that, like, you know, I don't know, Ramsey, your structure of your geometry is going to turn to spludge, and it's not a good thing. It's not a good scenario. Water's memory, work of Yamamoto, who I was actually in Birmingham Truth Juice convention, and a few years before, the guy who ran it, my friend Andy, got him over from Japan, and he appeared there. I was like, what? It's like rubbing shoulders. Yeah, Emoto's there, and he showed you these experiments. Now you can do this yourself with a jam jar and some seeds, and just literally write on there love, and see how these seeds go on. Write on the other seeds, you disgust me, you make me want to puke, and see how them seeds go on. And you will still see the power of also the written words on geometry. So that's what it looks like with light going through it. This is water and specific frequencies, words like love and angel. They would express things like butterflies and doves. I can't help thinking this is where some of the alchemical coding derives from, because I've seen a lot of these in, well, architecture, in reliefs and stuff, some geometric patterns which look like frequencies, which are, and also church windows are set to a specific frequency, part of this technology, but it has to be connected with the bells, because all of the bells in Christendom all kept quiet during World War II. They were allowed to ring after the first successful Battle of Alamein. There's more going on with the bells and all of them technologies of the bells. This way that you can see the technology of it, you know, these answering to one another. It's all encompassing triangulation sort of technology, covering everything. I tell you what it's doing, it's structuring and it's charming the water with a specific frequency, like starting a jar if you want, but not actually boiling it, but just charming it. If you imagine how people would be, they would be lit up. That's why you're seeing all of these Christian mysticism pictures in the past with all of this halo around them, because they've lit up, because they found the key. Again, key, musical notes. The key to this is a sound. We found that sound, okay? And we can heal everything. It's a certain bell frequency. It ain't no big thing to wait for the bell to ring. It ain't no big thing, the tone of the bell. For whom the bell tolls. They tell you in 1,000 narratives of how important this bell is. They even say when people are on their near-death experience, you ask somebody, to be honest, with me, it was like harpsichord music when I nearly died a few times. Like you're distant, really distant, but harpsichord music I heard. But other people hear bells, tubular bells. Or some people have even heard cowbells. But that sort of tone from the other realm. From the other realm. Angels show butterflies, little butterflies in their expression of physical expression in water, guys, and little diamonds, and these look like little pistons, and slightly mechanical as well. I guess you could think of it in them terms, but how beautiful they are, how beautiful the structure of this realm, and how they have poisoned it to the point of making me want to vomit just thinking about it. So they can do all sorts of things, as I would explain in a minute, with water. Now, I found this, and I think it's a clue. I'll show you, because I'm talking about the Phoenicians, and I'm talking about there's something in the water. And I found this document from late 1400s, and it shows what is supposed to be reality. So bearded dude, lady with a massive chin, multiple arms, Krishna dude, a cyclops, a Bellini, which double eyes, Sinner Sophia dog head, this one with the big flipper and a double header there. But what about this Phoenician woman, or this woman here, who's not like them? She actually has clothes on and looks humane. She has 2 boxes in the water, one of which looks like it got a fasces in there. Now, that can't be hay or sticks, for example, because you can't really put sticks in water and hope to light them, because they would get wet. The capillary action would make them soak. So that wouldn't be possible. So is that a fasces in water? And she's having what? Cappuccino. She's having a frappuccino. But definitely sort of hints to something to do with these mutants, if that's what they are. I feel they are. And something to do with this being added to the water. And this came, I found this week, but there's bigger clues with this book, The Secrets of the Will book, that I'm going to show you and link you at the end of this vlog. Okay, guys, which is fantastic. Now, what I noticed was in the Czech Republic, they had loads and loads of water features. Britain was the same, but a lot of them are inactive. In Europe, a lot of them are inactive. Places like Rome still got these massive, over elaborate, almost like there's something going on inside. And the water is good. The water really tastes good. And if you get that water right, you won't even need food. Yeah, you'd be like, that water made me feel fantastic. And for the Phoenicians, it's always about fountains. Now, I know it vitalizes the air and activates the ions, etc., like that. But it's more than that, guys. You know, this Tatarian world, and they came along, covered it over. So they left these wells, and a lot of them are not there. And you know what they call the Roman plumbing of the plumb, lead piping and stuff is used to this day in most of Europe. So, but not here, not in Britain. So, what I propose is this. Now, the classical world which we witness, that's their world. If you wonder what it ever looks like off-world, off this place, in the other lands, it looks like this. It's the classical world that we see. They brought it here, they covered Tartaria with it, and they cleared off. Or they're hiding, but they're showing their cards. I think they're here. They entered during the flood, Noah's flood, if you like, which happened, in my mind, just before the Renaissance period, or what they call the enlightening. Again, regards to lighting and lighting up. So they entered during the flood, but then the waters started to recede and leave islands like Britain, and basically all of it, because all of it is islands. And then we are on these islands, or the people that came before us, before they were all killed off, were on these islands. They stayed. They remained here, and they remained in the water, almost as if there's someone in the water. A spirit. If you've got spirit of trees and you've got spirits of grass, the water's got spirit. And they know about it. And they know about structure in water. And the tone of this bell here, and it goes across in waveforms, sound waves, and it interacts with this water, just changing its sacred geometry. And then this water's flowing over for the joy of everyone and everything about it. Interested to know where that picture is because of the palm tree. I've seen some of these palms in Russian pictures, and not Odessa either. I mean, Moscow, where they should not be. And it's all about the water, I'm guessing this is actually Burma, but I'm guessing that they put buildings in the middle of water because I got a feeling that they couldn't even step foot on land. Their buildings are ships. This is a ship. This is the bows. This part is a ship. The buildings are ships, okay? Townships, citizen ships. And then you've got these things all over the antique world, these natural springs, some of them like Bath Spring or I don't know, Cheltenham Spa. And these spa towns, there's something going on with all these spa towns. They're all elitist towns for a start off, all like massive sort of Masonic, presence, especially with, what is that place? Leamington Spa that I visited once on a flat earth meet. That place was where Aleister Crowley hailed from and was heavily Masonic. So this is in the gardens of Versailles. So it's all about vegetation, re-energizing the air, and the pumping operation of the Marley machine to get all this water apparently up to the gardens of Versailles. It doesn't ring true. It's just too much. It's too big. It's the hanging gardens of Babylon type mystery. But again, Phoenicians in the water. This is where you're going to get everywhere in the antique world, and items too big for humans. This is a font. Now, let's think about fonts. Fonts can also be the written word, like different styles of idyllics and written words can be fonts. But fonts are where you baptize, or to be more specific, christen a child in water. First, they have to say a load of Latin words over the water. Domine du fucking patre, which sounds like something that, the devil is spewing out of his mouth at the water. And then they sprinkle that water on your head in the shape of a cross. Okay. And then you are in the new paradigm, the new Phoenician paradigm, part of it. Same with baptism. This is why the big deal with baptism. But you can see how the bells would interact. There's a lot of antiquitech here. Stuff that looks like it's to do with energy. And of course, running water creates a charge. This stuff's not grounded in any specific way. If you touch your tap and it wasn't grounded when the water's running, you can get a little belt off it, a little, charge, makes a charge of electricity, the water rushing through the pipes. And use a bit of the classical world. So I think the classical world looked exactly, the world they come from and covered over our world with looked exactly like this. They done a copy of it. So that's what it's like where they come from. But definitely there was a major flood and they probably caused it somehow. I think the faceless night is definitely a clue. And they put these giant fountains like the Trevi Fountain in Rome. And, we'll look into shells in a minute, but that's definitely a clue. And these water features, this one's you got it coming out of her breasts, squirty, out of these grotesques, which are like little Bacchuses, and out of the lions, Phoenician lions as well. And the eagle, wings open, active charge, always. You'll never see any sort of imperial eagle or any Phoenician eagle with its wings closed, always open. And Bacchus, who is Dionysus, who is Jesus, if you like, in that one form or another. And like I said, I don't think they could step foot on land. I think for the longest while, they could only occupy the water. I'll give you my reasons why. Because there's so many of them, like mermaids, sirens, Melusine, all appear out of water. In Melusine's case, out of the wells. Welcome. Why is everyone saying welcome? Why is everyone saying morning? Because of the taking out of civilization, and this one I'm explaining to you going down. Look at this. Nothing really looks like this in this realm. It's all like really weird anime, isn't it? You got these whales that you see on every Phoenician statue with a map, even with these faces, and it's just like, what is going on? And the keys. Okay, in this case, all right, it's the papal crest. You've got the North Star, which is always appearing in it, and these three mountains. I've always thought this was Mount Meru, and they're showing you straight over Polaris there. I've always thought it. And the keys crossed, so that's the X code that we talk about on the four angels. And the key to unlocking this place and fixing everything and curing all is a sound, a vibration, as simple as that. A bell tone. And it fixed the whole realm. They did it before, and I think it went wrong. Now, this is a clear indication, and I picked up this quite some time ago, and it's basically the correlation between water and sound. and it's a definite. Check this out if you haven't seen it. It's really, really good. Okay. Excuse me, sorry. So as you can see, there's a definite correlation between vibrational quality and in that case, the attraction of water, because the water was attracted to that sound. So I think with the bells and then fountains all over antiquity, it's the same technology, and it is to do with our betterment. But maybe they used it over us, and this is why like 5G can fry us, and they got it everywhere. If they amp it up, we're all dead in our houses. We've all known this for the longest time. Same with sound. They could release a sound technology, literally come into your street with it, even through your fucking phone. Okay. Create a sound so loud, okay, but it's not loud like the loudest sound you've ever heard. It's different. It works on different frequencies, but it instantly boils water. And what are we made out of? Water. Okay. So the bells in antiquity were taken away. There was some sort of event in the past where some of the bells, like the Tsar bell and the Liberty bell, got broken. Did something go seriously wrong with the whole thing? This is when I was in Krusky Budovic in the Czech Republic, and this is where it dawned on me the church bells and that massive Phoenician fountain. And it dawned on me right there that they're singing to one another, and it's to do with that water. They're structuring it. The Phoenicians are in the fucking water. Good risings. So one after another would answer one another, and I thought, well, is that really for charging? Free energy. Excuse me. Or is there something more going on? And it has to be, because around that waterfall was these coded chains, and them chains were something to do with a charge. Now think about bells. It was only discussed last night on I'm Round Media with my friends that there was a note taken out of orchestral music in the 1700s, the devil's tone. Apparently the vibration was making women have, happenings, pleasant happenings. Yeah, God forbid the women are enjoying themselves. Put that away. So let's listen to some bells. So there was a time in the past when I heard that every Sunday morning. It was the alarm to go off to church on a Sunday morning, which we did. I was actually in Sunday school. I loved all that shit. I thought it was brilliant. I loved all the stories. Noah, I thought was brilliant. And you got this death funeral bell. Oh my God, these miserable, weird fucks. Check this out, yeah? So if you die, yeah, you can't because you're dead. So if you were to double die and they put you through all of that weird religious sort of Domine Departure, cursing your ass before you go off into the light you don't want to go into because there's possibly a well into the next realm that carries on going into this Groundhog Day that we're getting out of anyway, because like by the nature of what I'm doing right now, all of that is seriously coming undone. So they're miserable fuckers, aren't they? All of that nasty sort of, oh God, that's miserable fucking religion and miserable fucking all of them with their church bells. They got some a little bit like church bells, Sunday mass, sort of cheer you up a bit, I guess. Come on, get a move on. So I bet it would be lovely if you had all of the bells in unison happening all at the same time, you know, answering to one another. Very pretty, better than the nasty cacophony of shitty noise that we got to put up with now. I thought this was an interesting picture. It was from 1846. It's got on the bell here, but bells with wings, like flying off. There's a big secret with the bells. Hell's bells. Like AC/DC bell tour, they definitely knew all about it. And some of the sizes of these bells are like they're built for giants. So you got to think to yourself, why would man build such a big bell? Why did he need that bell so loud? And they could be used as alarm calls as well. Apparently, they started ringing in earthquakes. That might be another part of it. They all started ringing in unison. Maybe when this fucking disc plane thing, whatever, in the middle bit or whatever, maybe the inertia plane, the magnetism, not the physical structure, flipped. And north became south and south became north, sort of thing. Remember, the South Pole is not where they say it is. Okay, it's under Mount Meru. Okay, so also stupas are upside down bells, and they're working on the same vibrational technology. When I was in school, they used to use a bell to get us in on dinner time, and we used to say, all in, a bottle of gin, unless you're not playing, is what we used to say in school. I'm guessing maybe many British kids did that. And the bell, which probably charges all of these things through its vibrational quality. Got to be specific metal. So I've read into the metal. There was a few things in there that are hard to get hold of and expensive. And they gathered them up from all over Europe, Holland, everywhere, actually, in World War I and World War II, as I will show you now. And they replaced a lot of them. The Far East still got these original old bells, I've noticed. But the question is how did they lift it up there onto that bolt? What crane did they produce in the days of antiquity to get that, you know, whatever, 60-ton bell up in the air? Maybe they used scaffold planks made out of bamboo. Yeah, that's what they did. That's what they did. Problem solved. Again, the Phoenicians with their seashells, ever present in Indian culture, the Veda. I can see the Phoenicians, Krishna, the whole story. The whole thing is the same story. I'm finding many different personifications, exactly the same story. And look at this. This is just a spark plug, but a bell upside down. And the spark plug at the top charges, takes it down here. That's reusable charge. They're definitely making a charge with that one. And these stupas, what, just to go inside and do sweet fuck all? I'll do a bit meditating. Well, these things are going to invigorate you, like going inside of an orgonite pyramid. I don't know whether you've ever been in one of them. They definitely pick you up after you've been inside of an orgonite pyramid. I can tell you that. You feel charged. You feel like, you know, really energized, guys. And it'd be the same for these. But, you know, they got this, what appears to be this energy gathering technology included. Excuse me. So other bells. Basically, if you wanted to attack an enemy castle in the old days, you could all get under the bell and stuff would just ping off you. Didn't know that, did you? No. And bells, helmets as well. Okay. Now, Mad Max. Let's think about Thunderdome. The film Thunderdome. Many people be saying in the last week, we're in Thunderdome. Yeah. And, you know, the character played by Tina Turner is in charge. But the master is in charge, isn't he? And he's a little 20 dwarf guy. And his son, okay, is a giant mongoloid guy or whatever. Anyway, but Mad Max, who's basically Mel Gibson, fucks him up. His helmet jumps off and he's like, oh, for fuck's sake, what is it? You know, it's dribbling. And he can't kill it. And that's what creates all of the trouble. Yeah. But he had a bell on his head, a helmet. And he got the guy, this giant, by blowing a whistle. And the vibration and the frequency brought the giant down in Mad Max Thunderdome. So these helmets here have got some sort of antenna on them. I'm just wondering if there was some sort of communication helmet technology in the days of old. Look at the size on that for a bell. And I don't think the bells always had clangers either. I think there was I think that is a later addition to make you think that, they were using clappers and clangers on hammers on. I think there was something else. I really do think these are repurposed older world tech. This thing here, can you just try and imagine, guys, the size of the building this was originally hanging in? Because I can tell you for nothing, okay, that this piece of shit that is holding it up is not the original place where it was supposed to be. This was hanging up in some massive place. Look at it. How many tons could that be? Look at that bloke there. Look at the size of that. How are they finding it? Founding it? How are they making it? How did it get out there? And, you know, where's the building that come with it? And what exactly were they for? Restructuring the water. That's what they were for. Diving bells, another type of bell. Haley's diving bell. And there's another picture of this cronked out bell in the past. It's been there quite some time, but the size of the civilization that must have been there before it. In modern days, this is not the Liberty Bell. They just built a giant bell. I don't think this one is actually steel, but it just shows everything's about the big bell. Remember, Big Ben is going to actually be re-chimed and it's going to be back apparently later this year. And it's been closed since before pandemic. So all of this is part of the planning. You know, the rebuilding of Notre Dame, the rebuilding of renamed from St. Stephen's Tower to Queen Elizabeth II Tower. And everyone's saying, oh, is this some sort of wicked 5G technology that they're putting in these towers because it's overlooking all of London, central London? How about some sort of specific bell technology? This is the top of the Zabella up near the Kremlin in Moscow. And you always see these double calipers holding these bells. And they're like what opposing Tauruses, really, which leads me to think that this is all technology. And that ball that goes on top, like the crucible, the ball that the Queen has, the orb. And there it is back in the day. Apparently, it came down from a massive tower in a fire. And how did they get it up to the top of that tower is beyond me anyway. And the landed place was sure. They managed to lift it up so far and put a little block wall under it, apparently, like so. But a big chunk came off, and that's still there to the modern day. They erased a lot of the information on this as well. But that's outside the Kremlin. And this was apparently the original one. And it was rung like this. So dig, they put a giant bell. The men can't lift. Men can't found. Men can't lift and put it there in the first place. And then to do its clangor, because it's so fucking heavy, the point that they might be completely deafened and have bleeding ears when this goes off. It's like 30 guys aside, guys. Does that make sense? So this is like repurposed technology, isn't it? And there's an old photograph there of the original Liberty Bell, and it's from 1776, the same sort of period as when the Tsar Bell cracked as well. Similar crack. There was an event. There was a sound so loud that it killed everybody and the bells and caused a mud flood. And this could be the sign of what caused it, the mud flood. All happening at the same time. So there it is. It's not a massive bell, but they founded it with good old Philadelphia steel, which they would. There's that one stupa, massive stupa, again with all of them little power plants outside. And I'm guessing a Chinese big bell. Campanology. I know I've had a go of a bell ringing in Cardiff and Wells. I had to go in Wells once when I was on a school trip. And you've got to be careful to let the rope slip out of your hands. Otherwise, the bell, when it rocks, will lift you off your feet. No shit, it will. And an interesting name as well, campanology. Like campanella. Like camp. Like camp. So the Germans, they gathered them all up. Here's a couple here. And then they gathered up literally thousands and thousands of bells of specific. You see these on top, that same caliper situation that you've seen on the Tsar Bell, they all got it. Later ones, I don't see it. So it's that specific technology, and it really does. They say that they take them off and they were reused for gunmetal, for armaments, etc. But that's not the case. See, and they're defacing the information as well. They're getting rid of the information. Phoenicians here on this massive bell. Yeah, just chuck them all in a big pile. Go through them all carefully and make sure that you log and record every single bell. Yeah. Get a guard to watch them bells. Make sure no one nicks them because it's so important. and cart them all away. Look at the quality on these bells. Carted away. And the narrative for the Hunchback of Notre Dame, well, that's just a bullshit psyop to lead you to think that that's what's going on, is there's a hunchback up in living in the clock tower, Esmeralda, and he's like swinging on the bell like a crazy person. You know, there's supposed to be the Quasimodo was a real person, but, you know, that's just tales, isn't it? So this bell is interesting because what I noticed is this bell has 2 wires coming out of it. As far as I know, you don't need grounding for bells. So I find that interesting. It's not a coupling as such. This looks an interesting setup on top of this bell also on that one, also on that one. So these could have been charging every 15 minutes. You know, the bell chimes again, and then the charge tops up till the hour chime, which gives it the full charge. Makes perfect sense, and it's good science. Okay. And then basically they say that the structure of a clapper was adopted a bolt with a unique sound, technical information in hertz. Okay, so it gives you, you know, a yin and a yang. You know, the clapper is specific with the tone of the bell. They have to go together. So this is an interesting clock tower I found because it has what looks like a Faraday cage around it. Am I wrong? What, a bandstand around a clock tower? No, it looks like a Faraday cage to me, and I think there's something more going on with that clock tower as well. I don't know. I don't know. And this is near the Kremlin, but it looks like some sort of, I don't even know what it is, but it's next to, it could be a broken lamp though, but it's still there today, so it can't be really, and it's big, isn't it? So that's next to that bell. So that could be associated technology, but that really does look like a busted lamppost, if I'm honest. And huge bells. And then you got the Glocken. The Glocken, apparently a time machine, a Nazi bell, the Glocken. Apparently it turns up in Kecksburg in Pennsylvania in the 50s, time traveling thing going down. And then you got the 1850s aero generator comb, which looks exactly like a bell also. So definitely bell technology, wouldn't you say? This is humans. Just after the First World War, the officers came back. This is 25,000 officers and men of Camp Dicks, a lot of dicks, in New Jersey. 25,000 men doing the Liberty Bell. So it's important enough that they, you know, bells are important enough they need to do that. And then some of these bells, like this is a resonating device. You see some of these in these expositions that we see, but they are a bell with a Vajra attachment. You see plenty of them. They come with them. So bell handle. So the bell rings, the Vajra, 2 opposing toruses. This is like a charging thing. And same here. Although this one looks a bit Phoenician, but definitely a Vajra and a bell connection. And this thing here in the Kremlin, it looks to shit. It's all of the mortars off the bottom of the Kremlin here. And there's just stones lying around. Couldn't they clean that shit up? It's in the middle of their city. What's going on there? That don't ring true to me. And so it's supposed to have been up in that clock tower, that bell. And then it's supposed to have been a fire. And then it fell down here and landed there on top of that wall. So they've had to lift it up to put that wall underneath. But look at the bells that are already in there. One there. And they got all of these domed, gold domes buildings, you know, attached to them, charged for the charge. What a brilliant technology. This one's in Holland. They gathered them all up in Holland as well. And they towed them away, never to be seen, broke them down there and then, a lot of them. First World War, gathering the bells, as well as the Second World War. These, all smaller bells. Why? For the Eminence program. We've heard all that for Britain, but if it wasn't the case, not only the bells, statues, bronzes, anything, apparently just all collected up in World War II. And these are anomalous. This looks like some sort of Searle machine. I can't work out, but this is in Russia, and this is, looking at the time, the uniforms, I'd say World War II. What are these coils? There's bells there. You can see that. Is that a bell? Well, maybe some industrial sort of cooling device. Maybe that as well. But these, very interesting that they're there with the bells. Could be just a metal collection for weighing in, admittedly. They're cooling coils or something like that. But interesting, the same photo as the bells, I find. Huge bells, take them away. Huge bells, deface them. Huge bells, count them. But make sure that them bells, them specific bells, do not ring again. Loads of clues in nursery rhymes as well. Ding dong well, pussy's in the well. And there's loads of other well narratives as well that will give you clues. So ding dong, wedding. So wed, okay. Ding, this came off Mel just the other day. Ding, like a ding of a bell. Wedding, bell. Wedding bells. So wed, ding, bell. Oh yeah. Ding dong bell, pussy's in the well. Who put her in? Little Johnny Green. Who pulled her out? Little Johnny Stout. So what's that? That's cruelty anyway. I was looking into the Grimm's fairy tales and found out that they were all like basically gothic horror stories, the worst you can ever imagine in your reality. So I thought I wouldn't cover that because basically I want to keep it like happy. It was pretty gnarly, guys. I'm telling you what. Gnarly. Ding dong bell, ding 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 dong bell. Oh, cruel death that stopped the breath of him who loved so well. Again. Alack and well, await his heavy day that ever has befell. Then his sake some all order, let us take that he may ring his knell. Knell is something to do with morbid bell, like that church morbid funeral bell. Oh, Johnny Harry, there's interest, like Harry. So yeah, there's loads of sort of nursery rhyme narratives of the importance of said bell. Also contemporary music, like I mentioned, love is the drug. So is that the light at the end of the tunnel? The Phoenicians, we thought the corona is, the sun when they come up from the depths of the water of the oceans and they see the sun for the first time and it gives off that corona, the crown, which is where they got the idea for the crown, the Phoenicians. But what if they see from the bottom of a well and maybe that is the way this place works? Well. And that is the light at the end of the tunnel. So we got these people. Mermaids and mermen. They're apparently living in the water everywhere in antiquity, as recent as now, because Disney's like doing mermaids all the time and it's all being remade, isn't it? And they're never going to let go. And then the figureheads, which were important on wooden ships, always with the Phoenicians naked tops and naked with the Phoenicians full stop, all of them. And how can they be a cryptid? How can they be half fish, half woman? And when they get to the land, turn into a full woman. And the same for the narrative for the sirens. And what's a siren? A siren is a loud sound. And the loud sound, the siren, drives fishermen to the shore where they get wrecked. I kind of thinking that this is a bigger narrative for a more important story of the place that we are in. Yeah. Hope it's nobody super glued them horns on them horses to make them look like unicorns. I think they ground them horns down. I think they were real, But giants. So they definitely had giants in their place. This is a melted stone, by the way, by the look of it. They definitely had giants in their realm, and they built 4 giants in this realm as well. When they imitated their world when they come here, maybe their world got knackered, iced over, and they couldn't live there anymore. And then they came here. Wherever they're from, they're not of this place. Again, it's like a well of water and some weird freakazoids all coming out of the well. Well. Not only them, you get other entities coming out of the water. The sirens. Okay. In this case, they look like sisters of mercy, but they're going to like eat your Brian when they get you ashore. It's not going to go down well for you. And above us, only sky. Above us, only water. Isn't it amazing how much the sky can look like the ocean in waves? You know why? Yeah. Do you know why there's all things flying around up there when you look with night vision goggles? No, not satellites. That's silly. Critters. I think there's an ocean up there. I think we're looking at the bottom of boats and stuff that's happening above us. I think that this place, like I said, Castaway, this is like giant oceans. We're in giant, just the whole place is is massive, and we're in a tiny little bit of islands. I know you may think it's all big. It ain't, guys. You gotta see. I'm telling you all, this place is, you can cover it all in no time at all. No time at all. This place ain't big. There they are, the Phoenicians. You can see them by their straight noses, as pinched in. Apparently, a conspiracy that is probably unique to Flat Earth British. We do believe that the doctor, or basically being birthed, yeah. See all this Phoenician terminology, being birthed. They press that in, retarding the oxygen flow to your brain, so that, dumbing down is not so difficult anyway, but it makes you a lot stupider. They're getting a lot more oxygen to their brains. So diving, there was people's doing diving in the medieval period, no problemo. But this guy, he sat in there with his chicken and his cat with his arms folded, like living underwater in his underwater house, if you like. And he's got an air supply. And these whales that you see with the Phoenicians, what if the whales were actually these? What if Jonah and the whale was one of these, which is a ship, as you can see, with loads and loads of windows, a ship that looks like a whale. Could be some sort of, like, I don't know, Trojan horse. Maybe a fair could work. Oh, it's only a whale, but it's not. It's like 30,000 troops inside. Yeah. And this has got to be a part of it. John the Baptist, the baptism in the new paradigm, the new water, with that voodoo that's done over it, dominate your party, Latin, that's done over the water. Then they spray it on you. And what's supposed to happen when they put you in the water? You're cured of all your sins. What fucking sins? The sins that came into my head soon as this weirdness and you fucks turned up. Because we were doing absolutely fine, living all normal before you weird fuckers turned up. Look at these over here, all like wizards and wizard hats. So yeah, I think that's definitely a part of it. It's the baptism and the christening as well. And you see, like, the Voynich manuscript is all about water, and it looks Phoenician. Drink, bitches, drink. And what you see in here is a load of men all sat around a table with a flowing river in it, and they are drinking from the river, because there's something special about that water. And he's instructing them. Look, come on, he's got a stick. It's like, drink, bitches. A bit like that, yeah. And I think that these expositions are a replica of what their world looks like. I really do think these are replicas. I think that their world is this. It looks exactly the same as this, is what I think. Here's Phoenician ships coming in again. Sound, trumpet, vibration. All of these naked people. They do not look human. They got weird muscles and stuff. They don't look like anything like us. See the ship waterfall, if you like. And again, with in this case, another shell, a conical or horn, because you can put a shell to your ear and you can hear the sea, and you can make a musical sound with a shell of sorts. So the water. Now you can, if you're boiling hot, you can watch the rain hit your hands and turn into steam. An instant transition from water, which we've covered on Flat Earth British. I've covered the water droplet, and it's nothing about the water droplet you've ever thought before in your life, is what I explained on Flat Earth British. It is mesmerizing, but it can turn straight into water vapor. It comes in so many forms. But one thing you have to understand about this is water is everywhere. Water is trapped in ether. Water appears in the sky and disappears in the sky because it is always ever present. How do I know? Well, when you stay on the boat, the windows are covered in condensation that comes out my breath because I'm breathing actual water out. The ghosts are the ghosts in the water. Maybe heaven and hell bullshit narrative that they give us, okay, is just a program of fear and control to hijack consciousness from us gaining the knowledge of how much we can actually interact with this medium and change it through love and positive intent. This technology, they don't want you to know. Empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless like water. Maybe I shouldn't impersonate him. Yeah, I will. If you put water in a cup, it become a cup. If you put water in a bottle, it become a bottle. And if you put it in a teapot, it become a teapot. Now water can flow, or it can crash and kick your fucking teeth in. Be like water, my friend. The immortal words of probably Illuminati member, probably Knights of Malta, probably killed by the Yakuza. But we won't hold that against him because he can fight John Wicks. And you get like serious bad problem with fish in the past if you're trying to get about in your boat. Nowhere. So I got a book I'm going to show you a bit later. It'll blow your mind. It's after the flood, and the animals are just, what am I looking at? I can't help thinking that this is just directly after Noah's flood, when the lands have just got the water off, still getting the water off, and it's like Mad Max world. It's off the radar what they get up to in this book I'm going to show you later. But look, this book is supposed to be like Noah's Ark. How many people did he have on board, for fuck's sake? And he's letting them all out two by two to roam the entire world. How did anything get to Australia? Huh? What if he landed on, in Europe, on Ararat? How the fuck did they get the Chaswazers to Australia? Did they swim there? Did the kangaroos jump from fucking Borneo to Australia? Another bullshit watery narrative is Moses in the bulrushes. Now, we've got to admit, he's a bit of a psychopath. And she's like, oh, well, the Pharaoh wanted all of the young murdered. Well, let's have a look at that. That's in the Holy Bible. That's not very nice, is it? What are they actually talking about murdering all the babies for? Did he have some prophetic dream, the Pharaoh, that somebody would come along and be bigger and better than him? Yeah. This little fella here. Look, we found him in the bulrushes, floating in the water. That thing would have been eaten alive by crocodiles in the fucking Nile. That was found underwater. So there is an entire, you get like hundreds, thousands of views for pyramids underwater and structures. And there was a whole world down there. And it's all been flooded. Cayman Sea of India, the remnants of what was the Indus Valley civilization, still all down there. And you got the shell. And it's always the same coding. And you got these grotesques, which are demonic. They're muscular forms, and they're half-developed bodies, like half human. And the other half's not there yet because they come from the water. Interesting that they got this guy always underneath these fonts as well. I see that a lot. It's not, I know you're thinking Atlas, but that's not the case, because Atlas picks up the celestial sphere, which the globe heads changed to a globe when it was never the globe. It was always the celestial sphere. But they just, oh, we'll use that. Look, it's always been in antiquity. Atlas has picked up a globe, got in shoulder. No. Nowhere in antiquity do you see it. It's the celestial sphere, the Masonic one. Shut the fuck up already. So there they are. They're everywhere. They just covered their shit on everything. And they got these grotesques, whales, this is apparently, with crabs on his head, and looks very like Pirates of the Caribbean. And you'll always recognize these gardages as well, the Poseidons, the Zeuses, and they, everywhere. But the shells, the strange whale things. And like this half-developed body on this plinth always gets me. I sees it everywhere. These are definite Phoenicians, but always the bottom half's not there yet. These ones have managed to occupy the place. Look at the size of their hats. And the wreath that you get in death, or put on your door at Christmas, which is also death. Everywhere in antiquity. Reminder of what went before us. And I think it's on line with something more spiritual, something more like the succubus, or something like a spirit or a ghost with these mermaids. I really do feel that. Funny things happen at sea, guys. I'm telling you now. Okay? Funny things happen at sea. There are entities. That's the only way I can say it. And you can ask any sailor, and they'll tell you this shit's fucking true. Yeah? It's strange out at sea, guys. It's strange. It's ghosty. It's strange. So, yeah, this Phoenician woman, she's a bit of ginger. Looks like she's going out into the pond outside to have a little bit of personal hygiene publicly, which is good, which is okay. Can't fault that. Again, with the water. This one It's vertical in the air. How can you have vertical water? And why is it like a portal? And what are portals always made out of in the movies? No shit. No shit. They're water, aren't they? Always. You ever seen the film The Cube? They got a multi-dimensional realm, this cube film, and it's in a puddle. It's in a fucking puddle. It's in the reflection, to be more specific. In the membrane, to be more specific. There they are, driving a noise, a sound, driving sailors to the rock. It's an analogy for a bigger happening. And here they are. This is Venus being brought ashore. Venus, born of the sea, goddess. Venus, who's not got a penis. It's funny, it rhymes though. And Bacchus. Okay, so Bacchus is half like goat or whatever. And he's like coming out of the water as well. They all are. And she's in like this giant conical shell. Again, the shells, the bells. And there's a little siren waiting for the next fateful victim. It's been 300 years since I've eaten any Scotsman. So she just wants to eat somebody. And it's funny, all these sirens, no offense, but they are all ginger. And medicine... Sorry. You'll see this in a lot of alchemical images, is this merging of two people and they separate off, but it's always in a well. You'll see it in many, many depictions. And Melusine, she comes alive in all, and she's vain. She's a Phoenician. She thinks she's gorgeous, but she's half a fish, and she just shows up in wells out of the water. She was laughing. She just showed up. He's like, shit, love, there's a bird, and she just showed up in the bath. She's half a fish because it just comes out of the water like this, manifesting out of the water. Water beings. You ever seen the film Abyss? They got like these water beings, but they're made of water, but they're like solid. Now, like deuterium, heavy water. It has 10% more water viscosity than average water, so it's a more solid water. But you can get like more solid water than deuterium, and that would be like a solid water, if you like the dome above us. So there you are. She shows up in the well. She's half fish. She's half, and comes out of the water. And these two as well. They split off and they become. I'm not sure if they're actually the same person, but the tower again in the water. So definitely a clue with these fountains. He's not very happy. He's doing an alchemical process, but I think he's being boiled. But he's got a dove on his head, so that's an analogy for something to do with an electrical charge as well, I think. Anyway. So shells. I'm not going to cover shells too much. We just whip through quick. Happy time for many, many people right now. What? I'm enjoying my last bit of being literally youthful. That's it. In another couple of hours at the end of this show, right, I'm going to be like more youthful. There you are. So these shells, they've been used, and the significance of cowrie shells have been used for healing. They got a specific vibrational quality. You can use them for wiping your ass, apparently. Okay. But I think the biggest clue of all is this. Phoenician shell oil. Shell oil has exactly the same symbol as the Phoenician shell. And what is oil? Oil is black water. Oil is not like rotting plants over millions of years all that way down. It's just got all compressed and turned into a black slurry liquid. There's no evidence for that because it's oil. It is a self-replenishing, embryonic solution, the blood of Earth. And they are never going to run out of it, but they just keep on telling you that this oil substance it's made from trees and plants from the old days, and it turns into oil, is what they tell you. So what about the ones on the surface, and you got to go miles down for them? Shut the fuck up. Oh, right, sorry. What about the tar pits of Athabasca? Yeah, you're a bit of a smart aleck, you aren't you? And shut the fuck up already. That's what you get. And money. It was used as a currency before cash money was shells, like where the saying shell out, to shell out came from. You could swap a bag of good shells for a load of good stuff. Yeah. Give me that big melon for a load of shells, basically. Okay. So bones, we found a clue of bones we're going to tell you about in this vlog. Be excited. Yeah, it's fishy what we're going to find out in this about the whole thing. But a lot of stuff is becoming clearer to me. So if you're wondering what that is, that's the atomic, basically the close-up magnetized of outside of a shell. Which looks like radiolariums. And, oh, look, that looks like COVID. Run! We just found COVID. And, oh, Venus, she came out of the water, the goddess, in a shell, floating in a shell as well. These power shells are beautiful. I really love them. So the shells have a part as well. Vibrational quality, healing property. You can play a tune on them. They get musical notes. You can hear the sound from them. The Phoenicians turn up with them. It's massively important. And shell oil, the Phoenician shell, is being used. It just looks exactly like that. Right. Shell oil. Oh, that's better one. Just like that. Shell oil. Ooh, look. There's the earth upside down. That's not the right way up because you're upside down. Not to confuse you in any way. So, this is a book, right? That's the end of that bit. So, I have surmised there's maybe a bacteria or some sort of parasite in the water. Not bacteria, excuse me. It's parasite, spirit. That vibrational quality of the church bells of old would have cleansed and cured through restructuring using vibrational technologies, including the church windows, organs, all part of that as well. I think that's another use for said bells and shells and wells. So there you are. Wells, bells, and shells explained. The Phoenicians, they're in the water. So that's easy to sort out, really, if you think about it. Oh. Let me come back and visit you all, see how you're all doing, because I haven't got a foggiest if I'm even here. I could be just talking to myself for the last 3/4 of an hour, all I know. Thank you, Teresa. That's very kind of you. Martins, don't mention the B-Day word. Soul Day, okay? Don't do birthdays as such. Like, I can't wait to not celebrate Christmas again this year, although the post office are not going to be doing post office stuff in Britain anymore. So everyone can go and fuck off. Or you can have Hermes or herpes, one or the other, from now on. So I can see there's nearly 800 of you there. Did you actually share this out? Because you got some groovy humor and all sorts to go. But the next thing is going to blow your mind. Now, this book, excuse me, is a lucky find, actually. I thanked the Most High when I found this. I thought, oh dear, this says so much. And it's basically from a French artist by the name of Rosvet Testad. And he did these images, and this Middle French, can't read it, from 1480 to 1485. It states in the translation, which I will link, and you can check this for yourself, this is what he witnessed in the real world. This is not fantasy. This is apparently the real world. Do you hear that? Okay, that's what it says. It's what it says. He witnessed on his tours of the world. It's called Secret Wonders of the World, and it's fantastic. Make sure to share this out. I'm going to come back in a minute. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you, India Love. Thank you, Anne-Marie. Okay, right, let me do this next bit. Martin, you crack me up. No, I hope that's in a good way, letter, Martin. You have a nice name there, by the way. Martaria from now on. Okay. Martaria. Anyway, 767, double flat thumbs to infinity thrice. I'm going to go and show you this next bit, and then I'll come back and I'll give you all a few shouts and stuff, because time is a construct. There's a massive party over the back, and you boom, boom, boom. Sounds like Shabba Ranks or something crap. No, Shabba Ranks is not crap. Shabba Ranks is actually brilliant, but you know what I mean. It's like it's British party music without any British alcoholic party music with no taste is what that is. Anyway, so this book, okay, Natural Secrets, and it shows you like the craziest shit. Like this fire-breathing, nasty thing, which is apparently a real thing, which is existing. And the cities are like Manhattan, weirdly. But what you notice is everyone's living on an island. So what I've done is, save going through that book and having to mag up on everyone, is I downloaded the images so we can share them like that. Makes it easier for us all. So apparently it's oh dear, the dragons are eating the baby alive. And it's 1418. He's got a shotgun. Well, I don't think she's going to do much with the parasol, but the thought's nice. So what's happening over here is another dragon. So dig, yeah. In 1480, the dragons were attacking people and babies. In this case, eating it alive. Sorry, that's really nasty and graphic. But have you ever seen anything like that in your life before? No, I know. It gets a bit gnarlier. So, yeah, let's go and suck all to the queen. Okay. What's that? It looks nice. I want it. I was actually bringing it for you. Keep calm, Your Majesty. Okay, I want 5 of them. There's only one in the entire kingdom. Get fucking 5. Because they're really spoiled like that, queens. So, yeah, with this tune, you got to have a fanfare for the common people. Yeah. Got to have a fanfare. I should have a minstrel. I should have a minstrel doing, like, reggae, dub my life for me. Skanger, and I could walk to it while I'm walking. So what's happening in this world, apart from it looking like San Francisco, what you get is everything in this book is on small islands. Why? They're everywhere in small islands, and they got these massive buildings on small islands. So somebody up the crow's nest there looks like they're floating on 2 pigs. Oh no, he's in the fields in the background. Okay, it's perspective. Forgive me. What are they? Squid things. So yeah, a lot of it has been defaced, but it is like 500 plus years old. So I don't know. Oh, look, check their helmets out. They look like them gods out of the film Immortals. So yeah, he's giving the dragon what for. But look at their uniforms. He's got scales, like a scale thing. And rather snazzy little red trunks on. Like, Mummy, why is it so weird? You be quiet. And he's got like what, a ballista bolt or a really good crossbow, but the clothes are really funky. So we know what happened to all the dragons. They came, attacked the babies, and we ended up basically, not to put a finer point on it, kill them. And why have we got all like tents? Why are people living in tents? They got these massive churches. Look at these. So, do you think the water's okay? I don't know. We'll have to eat something out of it soon. It's been years since we've eaten. And they're all on these castles. Water all the way around. Protection. It's weird. But you can see the Phoenicians. They're on the brickwork, look. So that could be the top of a building after the flood, I'm feeling anyway. So this guy, he's like, I know this looks like gold, but what are these tiny trees, or is he a massive giant? Because he's able to chop them trees down, and he's as big as them. Again, it might be just a perspective thing. Again, massive buildings in the background. Really weird. 1480. Who knew? She's like, oh, you're nice. Can I just touch you on your breast? No, I don't think that's okay. Oh, thank you. I'm blind, you know. That's what. Oh, you're nice. Let me rub your arm. So I think the Sisters of Mercy are getting on really famously over in the corner. Oh, this is what's going on. Let me tell you now. That bloke you fancy, he's on the way. He's over there on the horse. What? Don't tell him I like him. Yeah, I am. I'm going to tell him. Well, let's tell him. Let's tell her. Let's tell her that she likes him. See what happens. I think something like that's going down. And this thing literally lives. He's like already flame torched a dog. Oh, that's terrible. The other dogs are like, where the fuck are you? But they got snazzy clothes in this period. Sexy. Look at these. I don't like spurs. They stick them in horses. So look, it's all surrounded by water. And what exactly is that? 14 fucking 80. What is all of this? Manhattanness. Oh, they're doing a bit of archery duty, archery practice. and a bit of jousting. But again, everything's on little islands, little islands, little islands. And this is in French. So I'm digging like, well, that's not French. French is not covered by little islands. There's a few out in the Atlantic, but it's like not, known for tiny little fucking islands, is it? So, and then I sort of juggle with the idea of, are they just showing us like different countries, how they were all occupied and they're just the little islands, but Phoenicians again, with the undeveloped bottom bit maybe. And look at that in the background, guys. It's like the CN Tower in fucking old world. And look at this. Did they blow a tune and you go through the doors like in Mordor, like in the Time Machine, and you get eaten by the festering bottom dwellers? This is a fly on top of a giant fly on top of a pole. I'm too confused by that to even comment. Oh, this is brilliant. Look at this one. Look at this one. Oh, you're so brave. What are you? I'm a man. Ugh, ugh. Come to my cave. Ugh. Yeah. You woman, sandwich. I man, hungry. You come with me. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, well, you seem really brave. I'm handsome. So as you can see, a romantic moment there where she meets somebody who's just killed a lion gazelle thing. Them two are just stupid. They're beating one another. They've seen the chicks coming over. It's like, this is the only dating place in the entire of Mad Max world. And this is even the monkeys think that they're in with a shout. So yeah, it went a bit caveman back there, didn't it, guys, for a little bit? This guy is apparently witnessing this. Yeah, Testad is seeing this shit. Look at this. They didn't want you to see who he was. Yeah. Here you are, Jesus. We heard you like a cross. We're giving you one. You may need it later. Why? What for? Oh, don't worry about it. Just keep it on you, okay? It'll help you a lot later. So somebody was saying, actually, it was I was watching a bit of that Dahmer serial killer thing. And he was like, can I be forgiven? And the priest said to him, oh, fuck yeah. Jesus, he was with two thieves on the cross. And like, they were really bad wrong uns. And the one thief said to Jesus, he's like, he doesn't belong here. He hasn't done nothing wrong. I belong here. I'm a fucking rotter. And Jesus looked at him and he went, listen. Yeah, you'll be with me in the kingdom of heaven. So basically, this guy was like, who he was talking to, Jesus, was possibly like Ted Bundy. Yeah, he's probably killed 48 people and murdered them in the most heinous ways. And Jesus is like, okay, God's going to forgive you and you can be okay in the kingdom of heaven. All of that will go. Yeah, that doesn't ring true to me. That sounds like a load of fucking bullshit. It's like, no, we're going to fucking flamethrower your ass shut the moment you get to heaven, geezer. It's what Jesus should be saying. Yeah, holy vengeance for all of these wrongdoing or whatever. Anyway. So let's have a look. Surrounded by water, mega cities with big towers, and everything's just surrounded by water. What's going on there? A bit of fishing. Okay. And these are the beasts. So what happens after Noah's thing? How come they went encrypted and weird? Unicorns having a drink. They're all gone. They got killed. The snail alligator, they're gone. Because there's no way an alligator got a dog head. He's gone. The lion maybe survived. Maybe that's the only remnants of that world is the lion and the tiger. The wild boar, yeah. The dragon gone. The barbed penis fish. That is gone. That's still with us, unfortunately. Get that down there. You never get it up. Hi, I'm godly. Hi, I'm half horse. So people half horse. This monkey's doing a deal for a load of gold. Yeah, yo. Do you want some gold? Sort you out. You got a little stream going through. Dragons are still on the loose. This looks mud flooded to shit up in the distance. Excuse my language. Not really. No, in fact, I'm going to be another age by the end of this vlog. All right. So what I'm going to ask you now is everyone swear for me. Yeah. Even you religious people on the Bible Belt, can you just do one? Oh, fuck it. For me, just say, Fuck it for me. Do it now for me. Oh, that felt good. Do it again. Fuck it. Oh, that felt so good. Thank you. Feel free to swear at your will now. Okay, now that spell has been broken. If I can't swear, you feel really good, don't you? Yeah. Isn't it funny how being naughty makes you feel so good? Yeah, no. So you got to check out his armor. So, are you God? So, yeah. I would definitely do, except for that film, The Man Who Was King, could be king, with basically Michael Caine, when he pretends that he's king, yeah, and basically finds out that he's got blood and they ends up fucking killing him. But I would definitely say I was a god for a lost tribe in Patagonia. So it's like, you're on our pyramid, Matt. And then I go to their pyramid and there's like a hippie with glasses. And it's like, that's fucking me. Yeah, I'm your god, guys. Yeah. It's like, how many wives do you get as a god? They're like, all of them. I'm like, oh. I'm staying. Don't worry too much about the money. Got any ganja? Fuck yeah, we got plenty of that. I'm in. That'd be the best life in the world. So what we got? Unicorns. What about this? So maybe everyone has got a parasite, apparently. I found out on Iron Media. Nearly everyone's got a tapeworm. I like my tapeworm. I'm keeping my tapeworm. It's the only company I've got. Okay. Yeah. Cecil and me, we communicate. Yeah. We're really intimate. Well, basically, he lives inside me. I haven't got much choice in the matter. But he always tells me, Matt, you're fucking hungry constantly. But, see this worm? It's got a head. It's got a head on it. Yeah. Even the unicorn's like, what in the holy fuck? I nearly stepped on a human head worm. And the Bellimis are up here as well, and they're pulling apart a snake. So, whew, wow, my head. Jeez, what's going on in antiquity? Oh, Connect 4, my favourite. You're really good at Connect 4. We heard Manny's good at chess. He said he was the world chess champion for 4 years running in Austria. Apparently, he beat Russian world champions at chess. Oh, I'm not so sure about that. Not so sure. Let's give you a game, Manny. Not so sure about that, my old son, okay? Yeah? Yeah, Fool's made you 3 moves, checkmates. Why are they scratching their fucking faces out? So we don't see that's like the devil or something. So we don't see what Satan actually looks like. Something like that. So I love you a bit, all right, ain't you? She said, yeah, you're nice too. Oh, it's love. She's like, oh, it's so romantic. So yeah, I feel quite fucking sick. Oh, look, this field's full of mushrooms. No, they're picking berries. That's proper normal. Berries out of trees. Again, on a little island. Again, everything's surrounded by water. Super cities in the background. Fair milk maiden. Come with me, fair milk maiden. You don't need not know. No, actually, I want you to keep on, milking cows. Don't want you to give that job up. Just keep milking cows. And they're mooses, the living new hooses at all. What's all this mud? A pile of mud. And what's all that super city that looks like London in the background? Looks like the Tower of London. Oh, shit. So our pyramids, volcanoes, were all volcanoes previously, pyramids, fire, and now they're on fire, and inside they're on fire with lava. I'm just saying, So here's a pyramid or a mountain as a hole in it. Looks like it's got water in it. Looks like you've got a big city in the background, and they 2 demons are transporting a baby who has bandages on it. And this one's like, no, that's my kid. He's like, oh, fuck you up with a bat. So apparently these demons are running around the place as well. Or are they in the water? A mindset that makes people do stupid shit. Because people do stupid shit in this realm. Have you seen the Sky Clappers this week? Did I mention the Sky Clappers this week? I think I did, didn't I? They make me nutty. The lives they get and the money for doing shit all. Their penance is very heavy. Their karma. Yeah, all of them NASA fucks. All of them. And they're worshippers. So, yeah, smack a duck on the head with a stick. And look what's there. Well. Again, A little island completely surrounded by water. Again, islands surrounded by water. Again, massive cities in the background. What are they? This is 1480. Is this Noah? No, they'd be 2 by 2, and I did hear nothing about Sinosophias in Noah's Ark. Oh, yeah, there is dragons, obviously. Peacocks, I think, are some sort of hybrid Phoenician development, because I don't think they exist in the natural world. I think they were made because they're like every Phoenician manor house in Britain, Cardiff Castle, all the castles, all got peacocks in them for some reason. Brown bears are fantastic. I'd love a brown bear in my house. Keep. So the water's dry up there, and it stopped there, it looks like. So that was on ground, is it? There's just something going on with the colour. But again, surrounded by water, not far after the flood, all of this shit's going down. Okay. And these lot, they look like trouble. Again, islands. The church have not got a big hold in this period, it looks like. A load of, I don't know, Benedictine monks maybe turning up. And people living in Shell City. How is it? Shell Beach. Shell Beach. It's a fucking clue. Dark City. I didn't think of that till just now. You can never get to Shell Beach because it's not there in Dark City. Ka-ching. So yeah, they had snails so big that people could dwell in their shells. Shells for snails as well. Isn't that brilliant? I know. So yeah, they it all, as you usually do, all ends in complete fucking carnage. The attack of the killer storks. They had a battle with them. It didn't go down too well. Most people got killed, actually. They wiped out everyone. It wasn't the dragons that wiped out antiquity. It was these big fuck-off redhead birds that look like storks. I don't know what they are. They were making that up. So here's the Phoenicians. Let's out the fire. The world's on fire. Oh, shit, I'm getting pickled fucking red. Oh, this place is boiling out. When can we beam up? Not that. I'm not saying angels are gay. That's just for character voice. And the Phoenician lions are pouring water out and all over the fire. Really good plan. Again, island city, islands, and they got dragons and then serpents and other strange critters. And I'm not sure if these are berries, but everything's like water will, basically. You can imagine the world's flooded, cities that were high up, where their highnesses are, they kept on going, and the rest were just islandlets. I think Britain was the same. When Doggerland got flooded and all that world of Friesland and all them different places, Ionia, all these places are no longer there, all got flooded in this event. So first thing you need to do, get a bit of farming, get this Mad Max world all back up and running. So there you are. Jesus is born, 1480s, and the Magi were actually a couple of farmers, and they didn't have gold and frankincense. They had cornflakes and Jaffa cakes. Yeah, it's just the Bible was bigging it up. Now, that could be just a shrine. I don't think that's the actual real Jesus of Mary. That would be weird. And this one, it's like just a little disc plane. Floating one, is it? No, it's an island. And it has a castle and a load of dragons on it. So there may be lands. I'm not sure, but everything is islands. Oh, quick. Let's do a bit of skinny dipping. So there's water just bursting out of there, and everyone's getting in and having a wash, which is not really sinister in any way. Bit of farming. She's getting her rockets ready for firework night. It's like, whew, wonder what that is. I think that is a rocket. Fire. I don't know. So yeah, really freaky book. Look at the helmets on these dudes. They're like Charlemagne. Not that he was real, but they had a freaky helmet that's supposed to look like that. And these Phoenician knee things, I've seen them a lot. You kick someone in the bollocks. Look at him. He's got like Madonna's pointy tits. And that's what he's looking at. He's like, fuck on, look at them. I'm actually feeling a bit horny right now. He's got a horn on his head. And then he kills him. It's like, yeah, didn't see that coming. A decoy, isn't it? Yeah, you distracted my pointy breasts, and I hit you on the head with my sword. Excellent tactic. I think I'll try that myself. Yeah. No, well. So these jewels that grow everywhere are massive. They are. They're not berries. They're jewels. The fields of jewels and rubies and stuff. I'm not sure what that is, actually. Wow, that's fantastic, then. and the big mud hump, which is unspecific. Oh, right. Let's have a look here. Sire, the last toilet roll in the entire kingdom. Give it here. Give it here. Go and get me 5. I'm the king. No, it's the last toilet roll in the entire kingdom. I don't give a fuck. I'm the king. Go and get some more. Because they want impossible tasks. Or you'll end up like him over there. On with the petrol. Oh dear. Are they maypole in there? They might be maypole in. Shit, we get some weird stuff on Flat Earth British, don't we, guys? Yeah. What? So, time for your baptism in here. Buy one, get one free. Who else is up for dunking? One dunking? You up for dunking? Yeah, I'm up for dunking. Okay, I'm going to hold your head under the water for about 5 minutes, okay? If you live, then you're forgiven and repented of all your sins. If you die, then you go to heaven. Is that fair? Yeah, that sounds fair. Sign here. So, it looks like there's underground bunkers going on, a bit of mining. Ooh, that's a strange thing to have up on top of that hill with some sheep that could fall to their deaths. Come with me, fair maiden. Come lead, my wench. Come with your friends with horns. My friends only have one horn. She has 2. That's true. And see these muddy hills everywhere? So they had some nice clothes. I wonder where they were getting their clothes post-Mageddon. Oh, dear. So, why did they protest stuff? Oh, I think it's disgusting. Oh, my God. I got blood bursting on my head. I got head bursting on my head. It's stigmata. You're all experiencing stigmata. No, there's a priest and he's pouring blood over our fucking heads. That's weird, isn't it? Okay. And we're all standing in the water, but you will sacrifice all of your children. Okay. So what are we doing? This one first. He seems to be okay about it. Doesn't seem to be protesting too much. This one's got his throat slit and all the blood drains out into a bowl. She's like, uh-oh, that's a bit gnarly, isn't it? It's like, oh, you got to be careful. And this one has already been done. So let's ask ourselves, what is happening? In 1480, to warrant people having blood poured over their heads. Is this some sort of Christian thing that I'm unaware of? They tell you to do. This is what you've all been doing. So let's just look at this. There's pillars here, 2 pillars. Jockin and Bois. They're going through, blood pit over, and the children are mutilated. Okay, whatever. Nothing strange about that. Jockin and Bois. Masonic pillars. Little deal done here. Some alchemical flame. And everyone's getting blood pit tipped over them and the babies are getting mutilated. Jeez. Flat Earth British. You'll only ever see it here. I hope you don't kill them fucking ducks. See? I'd shoot you. I'd shoot me in the leg for killing a duck. What's happening here? That's it. Okay, so that was the book, The Secrets of the World. Apparently, very gnarly shit was going down. A lot of weird critters. I'll link that book up in the descriptions as soon as this is over. Right, see Prince Charles? He's had a shit full of being king. Have you seen? What, Mo? Christianity is alleged because it's part of the mystery school. Yeah, I know, esoteric teachings. Yes, this I can concur with that. So, check this out. This was brilliant, I thought. Ready? Prince Charles, he's had a gutsful.
Fuck's sake, mate. Fucking bollocks this is. I shouldn't have to fucking do this shit, mate. I'm the king. What the fuck is this here? Can you just fucking move this out of the way? Fucking hell, mate. Being king is bollocks. I'm fucking done with this shit. Fuck's sake, mate. Fucking bollocks this is. I shouldn't have to fucking do this shit, mate. I'm the king. What the fuck is this here? Can you just fucking move this out of the way? Fucking hell, mate. Being king is bollocks. I'm fucking done with this shit.
So yeah, he's bitey, isn't he? He's definitely going to want a war. He's not like, you know, I'm not altogether opposed to his weirdness. Okay, he's king of Britain and everything as well. Okay, but yeah, he's had a shitful. What he want to do is pack it all in, really, and say sorry, use all the money back, and play fair. Get rid of taxes. Taxes would be really nice. Anyway. Let's come back. Poor king. I know Ginger is crying shame, really. It's cry for Charles, king. Need some money. Maybe we should have a whip round. Maybe we'll have a whip round after the show. And send Charles some money for our appreciation for all he does for us. Did you enjoy that? Let me heal you. 432. So we heal this realm earth. We are in quest for a sound, a key. Is what we're doing. Keith Bennett, don't know who that is, Matt. Ian, good to see you, my brother, again. Karen Jett, we love you here. Flat Earth British. Just popped in to say hi. Much love to you and Rob. Scab City, I haven't seen you in a while. Hope everything's okay. Yeah, that water. I don't fucking drink it. Something about all that. Charles I had his head chopped off. Yeah, Cromwell came in as Lord Protector. Charles II, chucked out. Yeah, because he had like a mistress with 45 kids or something in it. Conspiracy cracker. Yeah, there's a conspiracy I want to look at. Now, everywhere is being bikes are stolen and everyone's got to use these hire bikes that are all over the cities. Maybe the hire bike company's got people stealing the bikes so that you eventually got to go and hire one. Yeah. Mactrum, good to see you. The Gulf of Mexico really disappeared. Anyone on the coast better run because it's coming back higher. You got a storm, haven't you? That's not really coming from the east, has it? It's sort of swung up and come up Tampa Bay way. I've seen all of that going down. It's on the way to Myrtle Beach. It's Three Fingers in here. He's from Myrtle Beach. You killed Diana, Phil. It was you, was it? Well, we'll look at that a bit later because I've got a Diana clue in this. So yeah, we'll see about that, mate, because I don't think she was even killed. Mate, good to see you. Charles III. Oh, that's unkind. Bill Muir, good to see you. Divided we fall. Sonic Sheepskin. Good to see you, Larry. Good to see you, Pamela. Good to see you, Clone. Good to see you, Joe. Lovely. India. Carmichael. Good to see you. Scott's in the house. Ooh, Fiona's in the house. Lickle Wing. Good to see you, lovely. So, yeah, next we got some history picks. We got Martin's birthday memes and funny stuff coming up and a load of other stuff as well. Okay. That was the quickest 2 hours of my existence. I hope they find Keith Bennett's body. Can't stop thinking about that today. I don't know what that is. Is it somebody dead? Is it somebody gone missing? It sounds like instantly I'm getting this, like there's been a heinous crime buzz going on. Ting Ting. Good to see you. Lovely. Honours in the house. I love. Ginge, love. Mountain Lion. Alvida's good to see you, my brother. Should be so happy being rich. Motherfuckers. Nothing cheers them up. That's funny. Oh, I like to make good vlogs. Okay. Joy's in the house. I love. Esley, Alva Billy, Mandala's in the effect. Hi, Jonathan. Andrea, Ting Ting. Memory Man. Hi, bruv. Oh, Rowena. Thank you for being a member. That's 5 different Charleses. Yeah, he could have chose George, and he had a few choices, but he did go for. It's going to go straight from him to William's son, you know, the little kid who's a bit naughty, which is quite good. Worldwide, we'll keep on to the monarchy forever and cherish them. We can pay taxes and live like shit paying taxes forever and ever. Amen. Sounds fantastic. Aurora, Phil, Hippie, darling, Smash, India, Mo, my brother, word. Bird's the word. Bird, 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 bird. Fish bird. Anyway. So by the end of this vlog, I'm going to spin through more now, guys, because I tell you, it's just going to take 10th of never, right? Okay. And we need to get on. Okay. So now we're going to be classy and beautiful. And I'm going to show you some mind-blowing stuff in the form of esoteric classical art. So some of this stuff is meant to be, well, actually is supposed to be from the classical world. What sort of technology did they have? And what sort of cool shit did they have? I will show you right now. Okay. But first, let's have a spot of music in the background to make it all cutchy and homely, comely, if you like. Right, esoteric classical period art. Let's have a fly through some of these. See what we got. A pier. Oh, that was quite good. So this is an Egyptian party, I guess you could say, or a general gathering of humanity. And they got a lot of harps. Harps sound fantastic. There's something divine about harps vibration. Anyway, Just checking my volume. So these, Princess Leia got these on in Star Wars. These are Phoenician head wear, they say, which looks decided like some sort of advanced technology. Can you imagine when these first turned up? She's a Phoenician, you could see by her nose. But can you imagine the level of technology that they brought with them? She has shells on as well because she knows it's a technology, an ancient technology. This is from the famous Varna skeleton, Varna in Bulgaria. And it was, this is interesting. Look, he had a shitload of gold, but he had a gold member over his member. That's where they got gold member from, saying. So basically, in the afterlife or wherever he thought that he might be going, he had tools to go and do shit, obsidian axe, and protected his bell end for the afterlife. But look at the ton of stuff. It's like, that didn't fucking work, did it, mate? You're in 2022 in another now. Because remember, with history, there's no such thing as time. It's always now. So the things that happened in the classical period happen in there right now. The World War I is raging right now. But in 1915, when it was there, in that now. And that's how it works, guys. It's all there in unison. All of history exists. It's not like in separate pockets of time. It's all in now. All of it is in now. So, yeah, look at this. That's a Phoenician ornament, I guess you could say, as well as this. I know it looks like Egyptian, but it's Egyptian Phoenician. It's like he's going to fly him around. It's like eagle flight. This is a really interesting painting I was looking into. And she's of the Oracle. And she's basically like got angel wings. She's got like an eye, like in a hand. Or is it a pearl? Because it's an eye, isn't it? She holds a skull. I'll show the whole painting now. Beautiful wings. There. More Greek mythology, and it is Ovidian. But again, look at her legs, right? This is a chick, yeah? Yeah, you can see that. The muscles and all of that, and the weird shape on the knees and all of that. She's got bloody terrible bloody knees. It's like she'd win a knobbly knees competition. Not being horrible, but that's be fine with these. For an angel, you know, you think you'd be more like fucking lush, angel-y, wouldn't you? Look at them knees. Yeah? I got better knees than that. And all of this going on. And that's an angel. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, man. You think they'd have the best bods going. You would if you was God stuff. She don't even cut her fucking toenails. Do they have toe clippers in classical heaven? This is a question. She's got dirt in her toenails there. Oh, mucky mare. So much for goddess. So, here's a classical world's bronze. This is why the copper was so important. The tin. My name is Martin. So that's Mar, the sea, and tin. Where Brit's tin, Bright Tin, has got his name because of the tin mines in Cornwall, etc. And they used the tin for bronze because it was so important to have sculptures every fucking where in the classical world. In motion. So everything is in motion, everything is in movement, yet our souls are still. And we are not moving. We're blind, we're without senses, and we are jellyfish, essentially. And we perceive this reality we think is a reality, which is a trick. They know about it, and they've hijacked that fact, consciousness. They've hijacked with witchcraft, spells, trickery. We know the whole place was tricky to begin with, but fuck me to that extent. So that's a Roman ring. It's got some sort of, that's no different to now. There's a load of goths got them rings on. And sacred geometry, like the, you know, what I just showed you with the water, in a pendant from antiquity. And this looks like fractal by nature, but again, it is sacred geometry, and it looks just like them water expressions that we've seen earlier. And the key to it all. Look how advanced that key is for the Renaissance period. Weird, isn't it? The key is the secret. The key is the key to it all. So here we are after Armageddon. just shown up. Everything's just mud flooded. The water's receded. Looks like the bottom of a fish tank for a reason. You ever seen one of those fish tanks when they have like classical stuff and you drain the water out and it all looks just like that? Just like that. And they seem intelligent, these unicorns. They really do. He's carrying a shield, 3 crescent moons. And she's giving his horn a little wank, a little rub. Look at the clothes on them. Where are they buying their clothes? This is all in like green satin or green velvet. They're just sumptuous clothes. They've got the best clothes. So an evil witch made a spell on humans in the past. She's like, oh, you greedy people. I'm going to cast a spell on you and turn you all into greedy hogs. And you can see half person, half hog. It's like, what happened? And they're all there today. They actually, greedy people have pig attributations. Like they look like fat pigs, basically. It might be an unkind. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. It's been a perversion. People don't look like that. They're supposed to. The way people are looking now is not how they're supposed to be. Okay? It's not how they're supposed to be. People don't look like that. So this Pope in the past is like, blasphemer, you told us the Pope was alive. How long has he been a fucking zombie? So they actually had a Pope in the past who was actually dead and a skeleton. And they had him, this is the Knights Templar by the look of it. He's like, he's fucking dead. He's like, no, he's not. No, he is. He's a fucking skeleton. No, he's not. No, you're not dead, are you? No, I'm the king. You just said that. No, never. You did. You bloody did say that. Anyway. So here they are. They all got them, all royal houses. This is the Roman, Imperial Roman orb and scarab and scepter. They got their own version. Like the Queenie got hers as well. Because like if you're like God-like person in the Pope, which is all about love, you're going to need a sword. And you're going to need to be in a star fort as well. So octopuses are fantastic. Just in a water medium, traveling through. Now remember, a bird does not fly, it is flown. A fish does not swim, it is swum. And it's the same medium in the ocean as in the sky. And a plane, its wings are sails, like a sailing ship. And they use exactly the same tech, fluid dynamics, as aerodynamics. It all works the same. So imagine, gentlemen or ladies, one day you're walking in a park, lovely summer's day. I wonder if I'm going to get away with this. Probably. I'm going to go for it anyway. And then laying in the field, all sleepy like, was this comely lady. It's like, hello. Oh, hello, Martin. Sorry, leave me alone. It's my birthday fantasy. Quite happy. Here's Pandora. Pandora, she's like, shit. It's like basically Hellraiser box, isn't it? She just unleashed really, really bad things in Pandora's box. She looks very lifelike. It's almost like I know her. She reminds me of a girl I was in school with. Can't remember her name. She's the same sort of face. So here's the crying souls in hell, or wherever, in purgatory. It's like, oh, why did I listen? Why did I take all those drugs? Why did I open my legs? And Mercury's like, no, fuck you. I got a Caduceus. This is going to just zap your asses back into fucking wherever dead souls end up. So dead little babies, chopped up things. Oh, it's terrible. It's fucking carnage, this one. So that's lost souls. Apparently, Mercury is something to do with it all. Bastard. She's like, oh, I got a terrible fucking headache. Them lot in the background keep looking at my ass and they won't let me wear any clothes. Ever. Ooh. So that is obviously a Greek god. Something in the background that looks just like whoever got eaten by an eagle. I can't remember his name now. So, oh, I'm going to have a good stretch. I've been in the water for 1,000 years and I just come up into this place. Here's a bit of pre-Raphaelite sort of art. And these twins are at the ball, or the ball. Okay, comely wenches. So here is, they were loaded. Look at the shit they had. She got a serpent all coiled around, just like the Fachets. She got a hairpin for probably homicidal purposes. And, may I suggest use the ice pick in the forehead. Worked well on Trotsky. And look at all the rings she got. She's like minted, and the dress cost like 15 million. They got it all back in them days. Look at this ring, Roman. What were they looking at? What were they thinking about? Why did they have a strange green person in their Roman ring? I don't know. So they were around. They look like goats a bit, don't they, unicorns? Not all horses. She's got that lit up thing going on. She looks way, way divine, and just, she looks like an elf. I'm an elf. I met loads of elfling creatures. And this one's a goat. I've never seen one of those before. Goat unicorn. And this is, believe it or not, Jericho. We all know what happened. Again, they created a load of sound. Hiya, Lindsay, love. Unicorn goat, I know. They created a load of sound, an army. They went round and round Jericho, and the walls fell because of the vibration caused by drums and trumpets. Right? Yeah. Again, vibrational technology turning matter, in this case walls, into dust, and then they got in there. Jericho in this Middle Ages map is a maze. Jericho is a maze, and you got to get to the middle. So I thought that was really interesting, especially supposed to be from biblical times. The wave. Yeah, I know, that's a good one. But yes, looks like the inside of a brain, or even a circuit as well. A circuit, and there's water right the way around inside. Yeah, that's amazing. That's mad. It's mad if that's what was going on. So a Rodin, chipped out of a bit of marble. That's only relatively recent artwork. And he's like, Christ, could you shut the fuck up with that noise? She's like, I can't. I have to play probably Jimi Hendrix on that lute or whatever it is. Oh, it's hard life being. You can see they just gavourt around naked all day. I don't know what they do in the cold weather. It's like, I was only thinking about water. There they are, the spirits, the ghosts in the water. Demons, if you like. That's a nice dress, but she got it covered in fleur-de-lis. What a beautiful colour, though, man. What a beautiful colour that is. What colour is that? Turquoise blue? I do not know. Okay. Ugh. Third lady looking right at you. And that is the god, believe it or not, modesty. So, who knew? The goddess modesty. I'm not sure what's the matter with this goddess. The floods are in. She's having a grizzle and a cry. Sat on some rocks. She's not quite a mermaid. It's like, hiya, Angel. Hiya, I'm going to put lilies on your head. Oh, thank you, Angel. In this beautiful pre-Raphaelite. Lilies are synonymous with death, though, apparently. Look, there's some people looking out the window. Yeah, it's classical. This is why I love dogs. They're like I can't get a dog for reasons I just can't look after myself. Can't get a dog, okay? But I love them dearly, and they're like the best friends you can ever get. It's like, people will cry for about 3/4 of an hour if you snuff it, and then go and get a pint or whatever. They're not really bothered, are they? They'll just put it all on for the funeral, for the sandwiches and whatever, dance to you before you, whatever, the funeral, the bouncy castles. But this dog is like, fucking 3 weeks. I'm gonna need food soon. When does he wake up? Because he might be thinking he's dead. He's not dead. He might be thinking he's just having a kip. Actually, I'm feeling really sad. I'm going to have to get off that image. Psycho cats. They're lovely, except when you die and they eat your face because no one came to save you. Okay? Or that they're torturing birds and mice. Psychos. They're proper narcissists. They're lovely. And they cut you and they want a hug and stuff. But underneath, that cat is a bastard. I'm sorry. Your cat is underneath. He's a bastard. Not all the birds, though. I've seen a couple of my cats out on the street here. They don't eat birds. They just sit and watch them, which is quite cool. So, the heavenly ghostly choir. They're probably bringing the contract back and then, what the fuck is all this? I'm a skeleton. God, it's hard to believe. Have a think about that, though, guys. Inside your fleshy flesh bag is a skeleton. You're a skeleton with water held in by skin. And you think and feel and all of this weird shit that goes down in this thing called life, guys. Don't you find that mind-blowing and amazing? It's fucking mind-blowing and amazing. Anyway, so this is a massive wall of hieroglyphics in Temple of Hathor on the outside of in Egypt. This is for Napoleon, I guess. Another emperor. And there's a battle there going on in the background there in the sky. See that? Battle in the sky. It's a nice little picture. Oh, can we keep him? Yes, I think we can save him. We can bring him with us back to wherever angels come from. Angel lands. Los Angeles. We can bring him with us. Oh, there's Cleopatra. She's gonna get bit on the ass. No, bit by an asp. That's right. She's like a bit of a psycho as well, isn't she, Cleopatra? So what time's this fucking Anthony coming round? 3/4 of an hour I've been waiting. Oh no, the battery's run out on my digital watch. No, it's been longer. She's a Middle Ages version of the Flat Earth map by oof. I was gonna say it's duh, but it's not. It's mental block. And he did a flat earth sort of map, although that doesn't happen because obviously there's not a definable edge as such. But he's got a serpent underneath, a dragon, which I found interesting. So what exactly, this is a pre-Raphaelite John Waterhouse, interesting name for a pre-Raphaelite artist, Waterhouse. Mostly jug hanging out is Isis, so it personifies Aphrodite at the water hole. So they got jugs of water, right? And they're pouring it into a jug or a big pot, brass, with a demon's face in it, and then the water supply comes out. So going on that picture alone, they are what? Spiking the water supply. Right or wrong? Something big going on with the water. This is a fallen angel, falling from his heavenly place down to earth, like Angel Michael. So they had these big fuck off things in the past. And when I was in the merchant navy, the skipper said to me, "Mate, you don't see any sea snakes on the deck, Matt. They grab your leg and pull you under." I was like, "Yeah, right, good one, Captain." He's like, "No, seriously, watch out for sea snakes." I was like, "What? You telling me the truth?" He's like, "Yeah." So the massive fucking eels as well, they'll drag you under. So, oh shit. So never mind the other shit that can kill you at sea, like everything. Especially if you're mental and accident prone. So yeah, it looks like you're having a fun time. How are you alive? Jesus. Well, it's a bit of fun. Murdering attack. So here we go. Another siren attack. So the siren went off. And all of these sailors all get dragged into the rocks where chicks are playing tunes, and they end up like not in a happy place. I think they'll get eaten. So this capital, yeah, is from the baths in Caracalla, Rome. Look at the size of it. What was the size of these buildings, man? Just to have something that big. Obviously, there's nothing so I can see perspective. I can tell you, it's such detail, and they had them right up on the top of pillars in the air. Crazy. And all of these, this was just apparently just a Roman centurion. So they had these crazy masks that they could just pull up, and they were underneath. And it's not the Romans, it's the Phoenicians are all over it. And why were the masks? Well, what was going on? And this is Prometheus apparently fashioning a man, humans, out of mud. So in the narrative mythology, we were derived from the mud. Maybe that's where all the information was after Mudflood, and everyone got like squished and turned into like basically puree, and that puree, human puree, was in the mud. These know about it. They use the human puree to plant their lovely foods, because even skeletons got to eat. So, fast foods. No, I'm having trouble eating. I'm going to just fresh vegetables. I got terrible trouble with my diet just lately. But burgers and stuff that they're serving, like Burger King and stuff, they are giving you human meat, guys. This fucking Soylent Green, that film was set in 2022, by the way. The Soylent Green is real. They're making people, through Duper's Delight, they know the people are eating human. They don't care. There's fucking pork extract and human DNA in the vaccines they've been giving them. All of the Muslims were quite happy to get him fucking injected, weren't they, with the joy juice? Yeah, even though there's pork extract in there and human placenta and human DNA in. So everyone's instinct. That's like just an abomination of creation, of reality. It's setting roses alight is what it is. Doing something like that with reality. She's having a look at his big statue's knob. I wonder why they're so small in the classical world. It's a good question, that is, love. Apparently big was vulgar. Now, water going through this tree and it makes a beautiful natural. I'd love a drink out of that. Love a drink out of that. I love drinking out of woodland streams and stuff. Anyway, nothing's ever happened to me. I've always felt fab doing it. This is brill. So you got a flat plane down there. Get that. Two mountains, tree. Might be in the North Pole. I don't know. So then you got the fiery layer, and then you got another layer, and then the stars are in the firmament. Oh, that's the moon and the sun. They're in their own layers, and then the stars are up in the firmament, and above the firmament there is another place where other people live. Above the dome. Above the dome, there is a dwelling. Check the eyes on the oracle, right? Except for that's the hand I showed you earlier. Looks like she's got an alien on the end of that. She's doing fucking voodoo. Check the eyes on the crazy witch. Yeah? That's crazy. That's double crazy, yeah? That's, if you went out with her, that'd be like going out with Ted Bundy. Oh my God, look what's in the background. The Solomon Ritual Devil stuff going on. Shit, I never seen that when I first looked. So she's got a skull eating a quaver. And she's like crazy as fuck. And she's got beautiful shit on. She's earned brilliant money doing whatever she does. And, well, I suppose being high priestess, that just comes as, you know, a standard. And she's doing voodoo on this guy. That's a brilliant picture. I should have had that as my thumbnail. That's fantastic. Oh, upside down cross. Well, it does not get more satanic than that, guys. Check that out. Holy fuck. I better go and say 10 Hail Marys and shit. So this is a lovely picture. I'll have to do some foraging. It's very lifelike, isn't it? You can see each strand of hair. I carried a box of shopping home the other day on my head. Why the fuck not? This is weird. This is the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. This is a picture of Babylon from the 1850s, right? And they're arriving in Babylon, golden, beautiful covered horses. But what I find weird is this is a Babylon, but they got Neo-Assyrian gods. Pazansa and the double-winged Assyrian gods. And Mesopotamia here as well. Why are they in Babylon? Well, it's clear to see because it's all Babylon. It's all Babylon. It's all the Phoenicians, isn't it? And there it is, the wreath that they give you as a symbol of power. The queens, the kings, the emperors, sports heroes. They used to put them on them too. And they're a wreath, like a death wreath. Two opposing Tauruses. So the clothes they had in them days are about 15 million times better. And this is just you running around doing housework clothes, guys. Yeah, it's not a onesie. It's silk, for fuck's sake. So look at this statue here, right? This is Bacchus. He's like, you know, I'm horny in the woods. And they've even, out of stone, right, managed to do a little bit of lady garden out of stone. I wonder how that's done. There's a hidden technology in itself. What? My hat's on fire. I love her so much. My hat is on fire. Look. Like, literally, my hat's on fire. Oh, fuck. That could happen, guys. Yeah. Do you know that spontaneous combustion? We got pyrons apparently in us, and if we hit a certain frequency, apparently we ignite, which is why you can just ignite and only a pair of boots are left. This was found relatively recently in London, and it was a survivor. It survived the Great Fire of London, which is why it's cracked because of the heat. And it's made from Colombian emerald, and it's got a beautifully gold finished precision watch inside from 1666. The last world, guys. Their shit was that quality. I know, just unimaginable quality of art, of music, of all of it. I've just got dirt in her fingernails. She's a statue. I love flawlessness in art. I really do appreciate the classical works. Okay. So that was a nice little bit of Mozart, Chopin, Beethoven, Bach, Krag, Schumann, and Satie. So that was nice. I love a bit of classical. So I got some history and color to show you. I'm going to come back for a second, catch up. Okay. 743 of you watching. That's not too shabby, is it? For Flatterday night? Make sure, if you could, please share this out. If you hang around for another half hour, I've got the images of the day to go through. They're fantastic. Lots of clues in there as well, guys, and some stuff that's going to blow your mind. And take us up to what will be 12 o'clock. And we'll end this show, okay? I'll be another year older. You can literally now see the last little bit of, like, 54 me for the next 45 minutes. Weird, isn't it? What if I age over 1 minute? It's weird. I should be grayer, all that stress I've had, you know. I should be. If I actually gave a fuck. So, let's give you a few shouts, and I'm going to definitely... Oh, thank you. I hope you've enjoyed, Clone. Hope you all have. We're going to have a look at some funny stuff now. And Flat did share always. Thank you, Alan. Thank you for sharing that. Canademi, hiya. A lot of people are feeling they have made a mistake. I'm agreeing with that. Hi, Welsh Dragon Metals. Hi, Kay. That's my son, Lawrence. Welsh Dragon Metals. It's good, isn't it? Yeah, he's 32 in October. He's a Scorpion, and I'm a Libran. I'm a typical Libran as well. I require balance. So, hi, Lindsay. How have you been? Where have you been? Oh, I've seen you. Yes, your son is brilliant at chess. That is really good. And he won a chess thing, which is really good as well. Because chess is epic. I love a game of chess. It's battling, isn't it? Peggy, better than battleships. It's like advanced battleships. Dallas, good to see you. My grandson has the vapors and the giggles. Does he? Well, if he has the giggles, he'll definitely have the giggles of this if he's watching. David, Sherry, Liddy, Jesse, good to see you. Hi. Croton. And my son, Welsh Dragon Metals. Who's there? 700 of you. Sub to my son. He needs a couple of hundred more subs to get to 2,000. And he's got a load of sailing videos on there. Metal extraction to make you some money. Squirrel Sniper, there you are. I was wondering. Anthony Suso to Tally Music. Beautiful, wasn't it, Anthony? Oh, it was match because I can't hear anything because I've got a microphone plugged in and no earphones on. David, good to see you, Anthony, my friend, my brother. Free Press. Amy Lane, hi, love. Chad. Brian Stavely was in the house earlier. And see, he's healed up quick and fucking well. He's an absolute hero. Is Brian Stavely. Kay, good to see you. That's pretty good. Awesome. All right, then. We've got some happy people. Let's get on with the juice. Otherwise, it's going to be a long, long one. And I got a bit to go. Right, these pictures are from history, but they are in HD color, and they are fantastic. Who give me $50? So look at that. $50. Oh, Juicy Bob, much love to you, brother. Thank you. That's so sweet. Hey. Okay. Usage. Okay. History in colour. Now, I find this fascinating. This is London Bridge. I've been over, Westminster Bridge, been over 100 times, but I never noticed that if the light is right when the sun is going down, it projects little knobs, loads of little penises all the way down the road. Do you think they did that on purpose? Because it is going up to sort of Parliament where they all are. Do you know what? On the corner up by there in this building, and it's a shit building to have opposite fucking Westminster and the Palace of Westminster. There's a little cafe there, right? And I went there for a cup of tea once, and it had politicians that came out of here, and they were all having a cup of tea in there. Politicians on like all of that money, and it was the stinkingest little cafe you ever imagine. I mean, I had all like a stinking fucking teacup with all tea stains on it. I was like, are you going to wash this fucking cup? It was bogging. They didn't seem to mind. They likes to rough it. Yeah, they like them dirty. Cunts. So look at this for a bit of the old world. I love this image. The house is gorgeous. Made of wood, brick inlets. I love that. And they got a little crane there so you can get like stuff up to the basement. The attic room. That's lovely. I love that little housey-wousey. So here in 1938, we have Chamberlain, who's British Prime Minister, Harold Chamberlain. He's going to meet Adolf Hitler, okay? And he's going to say, can we not have a war with you ever, Adolf? Because the thing is, like, is the British not really up to it after what happened in World War One and that? And like, you seem a bit all right in that, you know. And Hitler was like, Sure, Chamberlain. I would give you a little sign on this piece of paper. Take it back to people, wave it in the air. Won't matter shit because you can declare war on me in 6 months' time. Because that's what happened. Yeah, and he went back. He's like waving this piece of paper, Chamberlain, saying to Britain, oh, we're not going to have a war. Like, ever? Yeah, Adolf's boss is what his exact words were. Like, probably better than that. He's like, he's fan-fucking-tastic. He was like that, bigging him up. Until, like, you know, apparently invades Poland. Yeah. Well, he didn't say fuck all about Stalin invading Eastern Poland, but we'll just pick on the Germans, shall we? Wankers. So, yeah, that didn't last. We declared war on him a little time later after he endlessly said, I don't want the war with you, Britain. You're all right, innit? You're all right. And we're like, no. We want to fight. You got all that cool shit we haven't got. You've got better tanks. You've got hotter women. You've got all that shit going down. Steins of beer, and we're gonna come and bomb the fuck out of you and take over your country. Your Swedish nurses doing training, yeah, just in case somebody comes and tries and switches off their machines of them patients. Here is a World War One artillery emplacement. I don't think the artillery had it as bad as the cavalrymen, although artilleries were definitely on the target. You need all of these men for that one big cannon, but it is a mighty cannon. And I bet they're all half deaf. Oh, that's a German. Oh, he's having a fag and a cup of tea with the Brits. Because they actually got on. It's like, you're all right, ain't you, Fritz? He's like, yeah, well, you're all right as well, Harold. And they all got on like house on fire and swap fags. And they swap like, you know, fucking German sausage for bully beef, because that's all we had. Fuck all. See these? They're still around. There's a little bit of off Devon. I looked on the map. We were going to go sail to London, me and my son. And just like sort of on the south coast there is an entire area you can't go in because they still got these mines on the bottom. They haven't got all the mines. There was millions laid. And these are on the British beaches back in the 50s. You can see this little kid. He sat on a World War II fucking out mine. It's obviously been defused then. Otherwise, it might not be. It might be ticking, all he knows. So, here is Martin Luther King in Washington. Okay. He's going to do a speech. He's going to say, I went to the top of the mountain, yo. I seen the whole flat plain. Yeah. Oh, yeah. What mountain did you see? Where did you go? Oh, yeah. I seen the promised land. Oh, you went off Pond to Club Tropicano and you're telling us about it. Yeah, I get it. And he's like, I have a dream, Shivers, Buzz. Yeah, that's the best moment ever in the history of humanity. Stood opposite the massive, you know, Masonic cock thing. Oh, God, it's all such a psyop. They wouldn't even let him have a voice if he was actually voting for the people. They never do. Anyone that speaks for the people is not really that popular. Oh, look how beautiful your world is. The whole paradigm is set up. Look at this. What is that? Got the shells again, the Phoenicians put up. And these things, they're not advertising boards and they're not lit up. I don't know what they are. Got to be free energy. So they had a much better, beautiful, more innocent world. You know, the people were still thinking in lovely, innocent ways, which I dig. Well, why does it have to be so complicated? Why can't we just live from now to now, moment to moment, not overthinking shit, just living stuff? Why can't it be like that? Yeah, these are lovely horse chestnuts. They had them everywhere back in the day. Look at that loading on that. Fuck me. It gives you an idea of what the world was like 100 years ago in HD colour. So here's the Dutch resistance meeting up with the Polish Guard to take on the last remnants of the Germans. The civilians' armies did an amazing job in World War II, especially the Dutch resistance. But after what they did to to, I don't know, Eisenhower and Rotterdam and all them cities, I don't blame them. It's like, we surrender Rotterdam, and then Luftwaffe come over and make it disappear after surrender. And the mayor's like, no, I signed the surrender, you motherfuckers. But, you know, they were a bit unkind. So here's Joseph Stalin in his bank robbing, drug taking, fornicating days. And later on, he will be the biggest serial killer, or one of the biggest serial killers in human history, when he kills tens of millions of his own people. He's racist towards the Georgians because he was embarrassed about his commonness. And let's be honest, he looks like a Muslim. He looks exactly like a Muslim boy as a young boy. But he's from Georgia and he's got a broad Georgian accent, and it's not popular with the Muscovites, the elites. They think he's common as shit, and he's got a dodgy background as fuck, as a lot of them have. So World War II, 500-pound bombs, yeah, and they would be a man, and obviously it's hot as hell. He's sweating like hell, okay, would have to prime the fuse by hand with the bomb bay doors below. Sometimes, as you can see the lights coming in, the bomb bay doors are open, and he's standing on the bombs that will just go, and all of these are going to land on properties, a lot of them. So don't fuck about with a market store in America in the past. Look at this beautiful place. Oh, such character. I can almost smell it. Yeah, he's just chucked it out, and it doesn't matter because he's going to sell all that today. I don't know what they are. I don't know what they are. I don't know what any of that is except for them. They're marrows. But I don't know what any of the other stuff is. So yeah, he's not worried. He's going to clear that. He'll sell all that by the end of the day. It's like, well, let me just have a talk of this spliff and watch my boys. Oh, they look pretty cute today. Oh, look at that little one running along there. He wiggles like a little girl. So this is Kaiser Wilhelm, fondly called Little Willie by the people of Germany. As you can see, he's got a dick on his head and a spike on his head. But yeah, he was Queen Victoria's grandson. And he's doing that archetypical sort of, we have ways of making you talk face, isn't he? July. No, it's born in October. July. Like that. But obviously the Nazis weren't around in the First World War. This is a Weimar Republic, but I'm just saying he's got that thing going on. So this was in the Spanish flu epidemic of 1919, after the First World War, and everyone is masking up. Because see that? That'll keep germs away. Did you just fart, mother? It stinks. How can you smell a fart through their mask? Well, it don't work, do they? There you go. That was bollocks, and they all did it, didn't they? Anyway, I was wondering, if you shit really hard, would you take flight? No, just think about it. If it was like really like thin air, I wonder if I'd take flight. Maybe somebody could try that and send me. No, don't send me a video. Anyway, have we got any Americans in the chat? Yes. Now, I want to talk about American vandalism. Your vandalism's really conservative and behaved and nice, isn't it? Now, what I want to ask you, do you know in Britain, we have a specific kind of vandalism, messy vandalism. And we have squirty dick vandalism. In fact, my street has a squirty dick on the street name when you come into the street. What I want to ask, right? This is a thing British people do, is draw squirty dicks. Do Americans vandalize squirty dicks on their walls, or is it all that tagging stuff and really professionally done by taggers, like rappers and stuff like that? I don't know about things like that. I'm British. You know what I mean? So just let me know if Americans do squirty dick vandalism. Look at the size of Princess Leia. She's fucking tiny. She's almost as big as the little guy. There's one of the Montauk boys, Mark Hamlin. Well, his name, Mandela effect, changed. He's got two ends and he's now one. He ends up a very famous paedophile. He ends up dead. And Peter Proust. He was from Bristol. He was the Green Cross Code man. He came to my school when I was young. This guy got tarred and feathered. And what did he do wrong? Well, he had a German surname in World War I, and that didn't go down in his favour. And apparently, the rumour was he refused to buy war bonds. So, they all like basically not to be unpleasant or anything. Yeah, to be unpleasant. A bit like the Muscovites, okay, the joy juicers. They're all in it together, aren't they? And this is the mentality. Is like, he thought the earth was flat. Or he knew the earth was flat, because belief is not something I do. In World War I, right, these were messenger dogs, and they often got injured. There's one there got injured. There's one there got injured. And they did a vital role. Some of them got medals. There was an American one who had many, many medals and got very famous and used to be taken to the president and shit. 10 million people would turn out. This dog had a ticker parade. Yeah. So it was really nice. The streets of Amsterdam. There's the Amstel in the background. And look at this. That is the celestial sphere that I mentioned earlier with Atlas holding. It's very atmospheric. I like Amsterdam. Although last time I was there was a rubbish strike. So the place had massive mountains of rubbish everywhere. And I remember thinking last time I was in Amsterdam, I get much more stoned home than I do in Amsterdam. Is what I was thinking. So this is crashed in the Pacific War, an American plane, and it's on fire, obviously. And this guy literally climbs up, grabs the pilot out, who's on fire, and pulls him to safety. He only got like minimum burns. The other guy, he saved his life. So that's double hard and crazy shit to want to do, save his brother. Here's London. On St. George's Day. It's Patron Saint Day. They used to celebrate this as kids. They used to celebrate St. David's Day in Wales when I was a kid. But it looks like a much nicer time, full stop. I wonder what the conversation is there. This world's to shit now. All that nice stuff's just not around. Everyone's fucking nuts. Does my head in. So this is the American Civil War, the early days. And these guys, yeah, they could take their family and their children with them, because in these massive battles that they're having in the American Civil War, your family's perfectly safe. I find it interesting that she looks a bit Irish. And not only that, she's got tartan on. And take note of that colour of tartan. You'll see her again in a minute. Also a daughter, tartan, like a purple tartan. It's a cool photo. I like that photo. And you know the famous photo I show you of San Francisco just after the events, yeah, when Market Street, it's been colorized. And check this out for unbelievable clarity. After San Francisco firestorm and earthquake. Absolutely fantastic. The air balloon that I post, the strange air balloon, is not in this photograph, funnily enough, anywhere to be seen. But this photo has been taken by an air balloon. You can see all tents there. You can see tents here. People, there was, I think, over 100 refugee camps set up within a day. The FEMA camp were there. They were there setting up the same day, really. This sort of side of the city didn't suffer much. Not really. The other side just disappeared off the face of the earth. So, here's a guy who is suffering acute mental illness. Can you recognize him? It is General, or who in this case, this is Brigadier Douglas MacArthur. This is MacArthur, General, 5-star general in World War II, but in World War One, he was in the trenches and apparently had a nervous breakdown because it's all completely nightmare experience to behold. But he toughened up, ended up like a general. See me, I can't get my head around why the Germans even lost the war. It's pathetic. What the fuck? They had tiger tanks. Look at these Panzer tanks, the Tigers. But to be honest with you, right, they're easy to take out. A well-positioned, even something that big, 45-ton, a well-positioned Molotov cocktail will all drip through into its workings and its engine and its radiator and stuff, and it will just all be on fire. So Molotovs were the most harmful, surprisingly, to the Tiger tank. Plus, the backplate is thinner than the rest. So if you're going to hit anything on a Tiger tank, hit that target there. Oh, and the visor at the front so they can't hit you. So here's a British chaplain, and he's giving the last rites to a dying German boy. Doing that, like, great, isn't it? It's like dominated Patria in my fucking ass. Just as you go in, like, it's just, let's just complete that spell. So the transition out of the well. This is a high street brew in Brussels. And your world is fantastic. Look at the size of this architecture, how beautiful it all was. But covered in Phoenicians on this, look. Every building. But I bet they weren't originally like that. They were Dutch merchants' houses. And look how narrow the streets are. A lot of narrow streets in London and European cities. So you wouldn't have been able to get a cart up there, really, or a car. So why were they so narrow? I think these were just walkways for just the large people that were fit in these doorways. The giants. There's just walkways for giants. They probably could shake hands from here to here, across window to window, the giants. And the rooms are really high ceilings. And it's a really nice picture, though. I like that picture. And this is outside Notre Dame in Paris. Public urinal. You have a piss. I don't know why they got a bunko booth in the middle and what's inside there. But they're doing pretty fantastic. You don't see any homelessness. You don't see any poverty. You do not see anybody scruffy. Everybody is well turned out. There's just no homelessness in any. I have not seen any homelessness in one photograph of antiquity, guys. Not one. That should tell you about the fucked up time we're living in. And it's going to get worse if something's not done. You know, I love it that my country, you know, where I am, right? The 10,000 people turns out in Cardiff for Welsh nationalism, yeah, for independence from Britain, yeah. And I'm thinking, well, yeah, it's all well and fucking good. And see, it's just all about money, yeah. What happened when fucking Joy Juice time was out and they just locked everyone away and everyone just lost all of their free will and their human rights and everything? And we're being gaslit. You can't talk, can't do this, can't do that, can't go there, can't do that. Yeah? They were all fucking all right with that. They didn't go protesting shit then, did they? Oh, no. But they'll protest any old wank now. They're out in force now because of the heating. There's all protests all over Britain because they put it up 500 quid. Everyone got a cough of 500 quid more. This is Truss apparently saving us money on fuel. Oh, but the gas line's been blown up. It's going to cost you tons more. It's like, how can you prove that this gas line is broken? Or is it just photos on the shitty internet? No, it's just photographs on the shitty internet. Yeah, no fucking shit. Here's a famous British artist who did this famous depiction of Ypres, the Battle of Ypres, the Second Battle of Ypres. Massive painting, beautiful thing. It's in the Imperial War Museum today. Here is some real Navajo Indians. Okay. Father. Yes, son. How did you give me my name? Oh, well, when you were born, I held you up to sky and name you after first thing that I see. What do you ask? Two dogs fucking? Just Just wondered, Father. So yeah, real Indians. Real Indians. So here's Roosevelt and Churchill. And Churchill's about to tell him something very personal. But they're both presidents. And there's no secrets between the Prime Minister of England and the President of the United States. So he's like, something I got to tell you. It's like, what is it? It's like, I'm actually a woman. You're a woman? Yeah, I'm a woman. You can't tell anyone. You're a tetraplegic pretending you can fucking walk. Yeah? I'm like, I'm a woman. And I've got feelings towards you, President. Can we have like a little President and Prime Minister buddy session? No, you can't. So I think that's what's going on there. I think he was getting him up. Look at he's looking at him like that. He's either I'm going to fuck you up, or he's like, I love you. One or the other. I think he's gay. Probably he was a woman, one he didn't have a weenie. Anyway, this guy, right, laughing, this Russian, yeah. In this case, we'll slag off the Russians. Not again today or ever. How's that funny? How is that funny? Yeah? It's lucky I won there, mate. I'll punch you in the fucking head. Put a fucking... Leave Hitler's head alone. See, imagine, that's just rude. See this girl? She was born in this room. She was born in a bag of cotton. And she's looking out the window and wondering, what world is out there? What is out there? I see people, I see things, but I do not know what is out there. And this is the case for a lot of people. A lot of people don't even leave the area that they're grown up in. You know, I know people that have never seen the sea, and I'm 3 miles from the sea. And I ain't even joking, guys. It's like, what's that over there? Is it China? No, that is Roth. Oh, right. Yeah, no concept of anything. Here's someone taking their flock of sheep through the streets of London in the 1930s. Yeah. As you do. In the middle of, you know, one of the biggest cities in Western Europe. We'll just carry some sheep through, which is all right. I like it. If I had my way, you could like take your wildebeest or your water buffaloes and sheep and everything through the city if I had my way. Here's a couple of that gang. You know that gang that's out now, which I'll show you a photograph later of Frank Bruno, Charlie, Savile, and all of them. They're all that shit going down. Yeah, here's Adolf Hitler and Charlie Chaplin. Funny Charlie Chaplin played the great dictator and did that famous speech about human fucking wankness of nice stuff that he makes up because he don't give a shit because he's one of them. And here's Disney. Okay, but so why's he got pink teeth? Yeah, don't even want to know what he's been fucking eating. Is that a coincidence? So here is the Statue of Liberty when it was built by Gustave Eiffel in Paris first, and it was made of copper panels. But in the modern day, it's green because since they took it down, shipped it across the Atlantic, rebuilt it in New Jersey on Fort Wood, a star fort, it has gone green because it is oxidized, obviously, because of the sea air. But it started out a lovely copper color, and that's Lucifer, by the way. So do you know in World War II, when Churchill came around Britain, yeah, touring all the bomb sites, pretending he gives a fuck, yeah, do you think that's victory, or do you think he's actually saying fuck off? Because I think he's saying fuck off, and he got a lizard eye going on. And what's the cigar? That's just synonymous with a dick, isn't it? That's what he's doing there. He's saying a fuck off, and he's saying a dick. That's what he's doing. See this? This is in a glider in World War II, right? So imagine being in this place now with these. He don't give a fuck, but he's like, how did I ever get here? I'm in a glider. I'm over enemy-occupied France, and I'm about to jump out of an aeroplane while people are shooting at me, is what they got to go through in a minute. But it's all right, because you got a Sten gun there. So I'd be buzzing to get down, I would. Check the heels on it, though, guys, on his hobnail boots. To make us look taller, because the Germans were pretty big. Yeah. So, and the British are like proper smaller, and they're like, wear high heels, make yourself look bigger for the Germans. The MSS are massive. So, it's just a bath, and it's pristine water, but it's aesthetically pleasing. It's beautiful, isn't it? So I think this is like, looks Moorish. Oh no, these are white. So I don't know where this is, but it's very Phoenician. But look at that for a beautiful pool. beautiful pool. So I found a load of medieval images which give you a bit of a different interpretation to what's going on with demons and people, you know. Firstly, there's a load of giant women in the past. And secondly, yeah, they're always baseball batting demons, which apparently run around the place. Now, this demon has nicked a child. So she's completely entitled to fuck him up with a bat, right? It would have been 4x2, right? Look at the size of her. She's up to a 2-story window. So here's a monk's. Oh, what my lighthouse is this? Shit. It's the one down by. Was the Eddystone Lighthouse. Thank you. That was me talking to me. That's not good. And it had like, this is late 1700s. They managed to build this. This is the one that got knocked down in a storm and they've rebuilt it. But for the 1700s, what kind of technology is all of this? I've always wondered. Because of the technology, there's barometers and 2 wires here. There's no radio around in the late 1700s, by the way. So I don't know what's going on there, apparently. So here's another load of Freemasons. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle and Harry Houdini and Lady Conan Doyle. Okay, Harry Houdini, world famous magician, bullshitter extraordinaire, expert handcuff manipulator, and master of escape, was member of Cecil Lodge number 568, New York City. And Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, British physician and author of Sherlock Holmes, was member of Phoenix. Interesting, Phoenix as well with the Phoenician thing. So they were all Masons and insiders, as well as Chaplin and nasty Disney. So how high is that lighthouse? So high is that wave? Waves can get massive. I've been in many force 10 gales plus. Force 10s plus I've been in, hurricanes. And I never had no idea. No fucker told me the seas could be like that. I was like, no fucking way. We're all definitely dead. But you don't. You get through it, apparently. It gets calmer and you live. Piper of Hamelin. I was going to tell you about Grimm's fairy tales, but I'll save that for another vlog because I've got too much to post. And they're not children in this case. They're rats. But I believe he did it with the rats first. And he didn't give them back. Just like the Sweetie Collector. Oh, chitty chitty bang bangs. Collecting kids, not giving them back. So I'm not sure if this is a paper mache thing made by a kid, but apparently it looks like a skeleton of a mer creature. Interesting, these things in the background. Don't know what they are. And a bit of coral, I think. I do not know. So in the original version of... basically, there's a lot of poisoning, murder, rape, and nonsense, and all sorts of shit going on in Grimm's fairy tales. And check out their name, Grimm. So in the Disney version, they don't really like, oh, the 7 dwarfs are all licking her and touching her up when she's unconscious after they drugged her. Did they? No, I'm just saying. It puts a whole new thing on Dopey and Sneezy and Sleepy, doesn't it? Yeah, I know. But that was the original version. It gets gnarlier than that. You want to hear Hansel and Gretel. Holy fuck. Little Red Riding Hood. Don't even want to tell you what happens to the real version in that, guys. So you're there out of the water. Bacchus. And there's Bacchus there. And all of his goatee gang. But there's some humanoids, basically. She's... I wonder what's going on there. So he just keeps his bird in a bed behind and just drags her around in case he feels horny on the go. This is what they're like, Phoenicians. Horny on the go. I can get going out with a spliff, but wow, a bed behind you? Whew. This building's completely buried. That's the tops of pillars. And the rest are down in another world. A mud-flooded world. Look at the size on this elephant. This would have been a battle elephant. So they would have had giant elephants. I reckon they would have been massive elephants. Like we see in them old movies, and they would have carried an entire, castle of people on top. Yeah, maybe they would even automate it. Who even knows? But they got this one on a giant waterfall somewhere in France. Coolio. Check this then. I'm not sure what's happening with this archway to go through to somewhere else, but what it has got on top is what looks like a giant bell. Giant bell. This is in Russia. Nobody about, because I would suggest everybody is long time dead. And big doors for big people. Not him. That's not for him. Beautifully carved, though. I don't recognize this decoration, no. floral. I guess it is a bit like the flowing grapes, Phoenician. Yeah. So I found this in an old book, and I thought it was railways at first. And when I looked at it, I was like, oh shit, they're bellows. Or are they notes? And I think what's going on is these are like piano keys, and they are operating what looks like a giant organ. And when I looked on there, it says orgel. So they are operating an organ, and these are the notes, basically, and their feet fit in there. Can you imagine how big that organ is to drive that? And the sound. If the air is for that, the bellows for the organ. That's big, isn't it? That's mad. That's mad. I know. So Antiquitech outside of this building is gone crazy. Check out this. Check out that. And they got like a bell stupor filling the thing. Protective wall. The old ladderling, because you're going to need one of them. Looks like a load of electric light bulbs. And these people, who no way in a squillion years built all of that stuff, because he didn't. And you get a lot of these in antiquities. Loads in Peru. A few I've seen in Saudi Arabia, Peru. It's doorways to nowhere. So they just doorways that are in stone. And people say, well, they're into, interdimensional portals. How is that so when it's physical? What state would you have to be in to be able to pass through it? Maybe even not that much. Maybe if you just shift your frequency, you can just walk straight through it. Yeah, a wall just looks like a wall. Remember, guys, there is no spoon. There's nothing really in the exterior world. All is mind. And we're in a water solution, like jellyfish. And we're being manipulated into a way that I can't even describe of the magnitude of our manipulation and how far we have come away from who we truly were in the beginning. But we're getting it back. I think we're still under some sort of mind control. After all, we did have jabs when we were younger, didn't we? And who knows what they done to us. Phoenician. White horses couldn't drag me away. And there's white horses landing on the shore. Ooh. Oh, so it's almost midnight. Check this out. This would be good if all of the flat earthers, or all of the truthers, chipped in and bought a nice big star fort. Look at that. And it's in paradise. Just dock your little boats in there. That's what we should do. Everyone should get boats, and we should be a boating truther community and like literally exodus the fuck out. What are they going to do? Stop us all? That would be the one. You're on the land, you're stuck. You ain't going nowhere. This shit goes up, armies, weirdness, shit goes down. The only place safe is out on the sea. The only place. Land, you've got to hide well. And everything's covered by phones and stuff. So there they are, the Phoenicians in St. Petersburg. Right. Ooh. So look. And these are some of the helmets apparently used by the Romans. And this looks like, so, all right, it's embedded with jewels and stuff. But what's this on the top? What practical application could that have had? I think it's technical. And they show you that, some people have come in the past and taken away antiquity because they're getting this churchy dude on a rope and they're pulling him off. And there's other statues and there's other stuff in the back room. So they're beating someone there, and the size of this place. So statue there, broken statue. So they've come in and they've ransacked this church and turned it upside down and wrecked all of the stuff. Again, with a giant Mary woman, baseball batting a demon. Man, he's trying to get me. He's trying to get me. Oh, fuck him up. Is what's going on there. And there we are, manifesting the world we see out of the water through our intent. And the whole thing just like quantum mechanics says, it collapses, but it works in a similar way from the water. It solidifies, and it's not that solid, guys. Everything in this world, even the dehydrated stuff, everything can be concentrated back into a liquid stolon form. Everything in this place, the whole thing is water, including us, and electric, the atom, to the big scale to the smaller scale, and lightning, exactly the same as a tree. And a tree, just like the lungs. Everything is so closely connected. You can't calm the storm because you can't. So stop trying. What you can do is calm yourself. That's another term for not give a fuck. The storm will pass, author unknown. So I do now. When it all goes to shit, everything goes weird, I just like, well, it's meant to be. I'll just like ride it. It's shit, but what am I going to do? Right. Girls, when they are happy, horny, and depressed. Boys, when they are happy, horny, and depressed. But they're all psychopaths, obviously. This is American Psychopath. That's the one out of No Country for Old Men and Fight Club. But yeah. Good evening, sir. I'd like to buy 2 crack rocks for my son. So there's Biden out the other night scoring. I guess he got to get it somewhere. Anyway. Flatearthbritish. Smashing paradigms, crushing the shackles of 1,000 years of lies. And this came out in 2018, something like that, or years ago. We have been doing this for a long time, and we have smashed it. Changed the paradigm in my head. Course of human history. Check this. This building of not much going on except for a JS on there. And then, pa-ching, paint it. So it actually looks like there's all people walking up to it and all of that, but it's not because this is a painting and it actually looks like that. Yes, it's clever, isn't it? I like that. So perspective. Jet power lines and the sun are not moving down. They're moving away. This is an easy one. This is the easiest one in the world. Look when a plane goes over and it's chemtrail. It's like going down, but the plane is actually flying flat. And that's perfect proof that, actually that's one of the best. That's the proof the Earth's flat anyway. So here's some Peruvian dolls, and they show, at first I thought that was a knob, but it's not. They're showing childbirth, and I'm not sure where that is. If they're actually from antiquity or they're just educating Peruvian children in childbirth. No, we can't eat the lawn. Then why are we growing it? That's a good bloody point, son. Can't eat your lawn? Motherfucker. The Fragrance by Samuel L. Jackson. Motherfucker. Kiane Twitty. Conway Twitty's bastard love child. And he looks just like him. And he's as shit as him as well. Oh, Chucky Norris. I've been watching that series. I won't say anything about Chuck Norris because he basically died through the window, kicked my head in. He's got action pants on, Chuck Norris has. Did you know that? So I don't know why I downloaded this, but it just says the cock in. And I thought that was quite good. The jester has scales. And this jester scales. So this is some sort of circus. You can see the dog decorating. And the little Indian, looks like he's dressed like an Indian. I don't think it's dead. It looks pale. I'm a bit sad. But she's clutching it all concerned. Clutching a kid. And the dog's like, is it going to be all right? And the owl. All of this, though, is all like symbology. That's quite sad. I'm crying now. And why are they playing cards? Trying to get solitaire. So shit did go down in the past. Look at this. Apart from everyone went around in Bundies, underpants, a lot of heads. She's like, I'm reading his Brian. It's like the last thing he saw. She's reading his mind. And like I said, in antiquity, they don't do bras. They do not do tops. It's just jugs all out. Yeah, but your eyes are up here. You're not going to be looking, and you're not going to be bothered about all of that. Okay. So evacuate the population, get them all east, because basically everybody's about to get killed. And the flood. This lady's in a tower, and the water's just gushing in a window. Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. Rapunzel's another Grimm's fairy tale story, and that's pretty gnarly too, isn't it? So, oh, for fuck's sake, you had the shut up. Just pissed off. It's like, you got to get married. He's waiting. So I don't want to go. Don't like him. You're making me do it. They did a lot of that, didn't they? Marriage is convenience into marriage. It's like, this is an interesting little picture from antiquity. Problem is like it must be a third person doing the picture, so that's probably not that good. Anyway. Judas giving Jesus, not to put a finer point on it, right? It's giving him a kiss. Giving him a kiss. Yeah, what kind of kiss? Yeah, did Jesus do tongues? So, come on, Jesus, look at tongue. So, and you notice this is supposed to be the Romans, but they're not. They're all in medieval knights gear. But that's Judas giving Jesus a bit of a kiss, brassing him up basically to the Nazis. There's your non-Jew. If only they put a jewel over their mind's eye, isn't it? Pineal gland. Pearls are weird. Something going on with them, and the ring as well. The Satan ring on that finger. There's something wrong going on with that as well. Oh, this is beautiful. Look at the colour in this. Sure, it's worth doing mushrooms just to have a look at that picture. You can see the quality, you know. My, that's beautiful. Wow. Stunning colour, stunning, beautiful composition on there. They had purses back in the old days. Men had purses, didn't they? It's not just a woman thing. I wouldn't have a man bag, though. Fuck that shit. So she's holy. Check all the stuff going on with her. Beautiful clothes. I don't know where they're buying their clothes in antiquity. The quality. I don't know. So there's Mr. Crow. You can't eat a crow. That's why in Armageddon there'll be shitloads of crows because they're not tasty. Magpies you can eat apparently, but crow you can't eat. Crow you can't eat. Oh, what else we got? Oh yeah, this is activities in bygone era, 1700s, and a couple of girls having a game of billiards. Pool. And I bet they're good as well, because I tell you what, some women are brilliant pool players. I'm a brilliant pool player. I'm shit off. But I can sometimes get beaten by a woman. Not many. But it's I can't even believe anyone ever beat me at pool, but that's somebody has. Thought it was best. That's nice. I like that too. I like the way I'd love to be able to capture glass like that. But it's not as difficult as you might think. If you watch Bob or Painting with Nancy Kaminsky, that's for the older viewers of this show, British. You will probably not know otherwise. So Jesus, you're gonna have a jab. What's he doing? Tickling him. Is he tickling him with the bull rush? Checking if he's dead. Checking if he's dead. Sticking a crown of thorns on him. That was a bit of a twat thing to do because the spikes are sticking your Brian. And I bet that's really painful. Spiteful. But they were checking if he's asleep. So what did they do? Knock him out before? Because he looks a bit like he's unconscious. And he looks beefy. He looks not like the one you see on the cross. I mean, this is a proper fucking builder Jesus guy. So yeah, again, no Roman armor, medieval, every single fucking time. Why? Because it all went down in that period. So here's another insider, the Dalai Lama. There he is with Charlie, getting licked by probably a child, and one all-seeing eye, devil horns. You know, leader of a worldwide religion, and he's just Pope, Lady fucking Gaga, Obama, just the worst people in the fucking world. It's ones that haven't given him a Nobel Peace Prize. Ooh, shh, just like Darwin, isn't it? Shh, shh, don't tell no one I'm a Masonic fraud. So NASA, this is really bad, actually. I'm not sure if I'm going to get away with this. I feel sorry for that dog, even though he's a global believer. But yeah, it's a preponderance of bollocks is what it is. What's wrong? Is it your booster shots? That's impossible. It must be climate change. Mummy, that person, that poor person just looked at me. Oh, Tommy, come here. Did you look him in the eye? Oh, I'm afraid you're infected with poorness. We may have to get you adopted now, Tommy. What? I only looked at the poor person. Yes, but it's terminal, I'm afraid. You never come back to me and your sister ever again. We'll have to adopt you. I only looked at the poor person, Mummy. Never look at a poor person. Never connect the eyes with a poor person. You'll be infected with poor person. If I take you home, we will all be poor. through association because you've looked at that poor person. Do you understand, Tommy? Belief is the death of intelligence. No shit. Heinz beans have been replaced by an alien bean. A bean that tastes like human excrement. I'm going back to Branson's beans anyway. They're all still nice. And then Lidl's beans are all right as well. And I'm not doing any shouts for them. I'm just saying, a man needs his skinheads on a raft, guys. Yeah. More water. And look at this. You've got like, again, spirals, just like that maze, serpents, and some sort of cave. I don't know, not sure what's actually going on. It's from a Middle Ages book. But it's got all the weirdness going on. So Dolly, I distinctly remember Dolly having braces on. And that was the joke with Jaws, because he had big silver teeth. And now Dolly has no braces, which doesn't make it work. And it doesn't make the joke happen that I remember in my mind. Do you remember? Oh, that's funny. Oh, I'm quite happy Jaws actually got himself a cute girlfriend and she's just like him with metal teeth. Can you remember that? Like all the way through my childhood. I've seen this film 100 fucking times, guys. Jolly had braces. Has she braces now? No. She has no bra either. Might be cold. Intact Russian passport found floating in bubbles. Yeah, that's definitely true. Just like at the towers. Right, this is interesting. Guys, if your woman grabs a knife in an argument, grab a jar of mayonnaise. Her feminine instinct will kick in and she'll make you a sandwich. But they did say that was false information on fact checking. So there's no one here to hit me. It doesn't matter. Bunny rabbits, I love. And look how lovely they are when they're little, guys. They got no bad in them whatsoever, a bunny rabbit. They just want to be loved. I'd love a bunny rabbit that big. Oh, I know. Them Flemish ones are fucking wicked. I love my bunny rabbit. Coolio died this week, 58. Bit of a conspiracy story going on. Went to visit a friend, dropped dead. It was all right. Nothing going on. So I'm going to still say Coolio out of respect for Coolio. Gangster's Paradise. Okay. And it's bound to get him in the end. He had a bit of a rough lifestyle anyway. 58. RIP Coolio this week. So was Lady Di a fella? Is this a Photoshop job? Because I've seen her and she was like, oh, I was going to say doable, but that's not really a good thing to say. She was pretty. Okay, look at this. That looks like a fucking fella. A fella. I'm not sure if she ended up David Furnish. Jesus Christ, I only said my bollocks were itching. Oh, sorry. So as you can see. Oh, that's Sylvester Stallone. Yeah. His blood was all over me. Doing First Blood there. So a robot with an erection, because that's going to happen. Yeah, if she's going to be skimping around like that, robot or not. So there you go. The really weird 7-Up with Snow White. They're a load of dwarfs. They've moved in, possibly an adolescent, into their house, and she's going to serve them, make them food. They'll knock her out with drugs and fiddle about with her. Because that's all in the real story. Check it out for yourself. Fact check me. So these were you could kiss, right, outdoors, and no one would see like your tongues and stuff. So you could see the rest though. What's that? Oh, it's the handle for the umbrella. That was well put in that place, wasn't it? Yeah, guys. If you're going to be going like basically no one's at home, only the wife, yeah, and the kids are gone out, right? And you're going to run around your house naked, make sure the fan's off. Yeah. You don't want to, catch your ball sack in your zip, or 2, catch your dick in a fan. Okay. Not even on purpose. Do that. It's good advice, that is actually. Do statues come to life? Because this guy's like kissing a statue, and she's a statue, and she's like come to life. Look at that. Oh, Scary film, this, isn't it, guys? It's a scary film. You smell like weed. I am weed. That was me on the other day. Everyone always says that to me. I smell like weed. I've had that like since I was in school. Right, let's have a look at this gang who hangs out together. Okay, let's have a look. So it's Pete Townsend. He's a guitarist in the Who. But everyone has overlooked that he was looking into child pornography on the internet and just let that slide. And there's Roger Daltrey, salmon farmer. So he likes to fish, and he's got the old one eye. There is a guy who confesses that he sold his soul to Satan, the commander, to be a fucking rancid Jew. Okay, Robert Zinnemann, aka Bob Dylan. And there's their boss, the king. And there's the big Ying, who is Colony, who is now dead. And there is a mentally ill boxer who was shit and never was a good boxer. How he ever got famous, I don't even fucking know. Frank Bruno. He's as batshit crazy, but he has been doing a tour telling people about his batshit craziness. Mark Rutherford from Genesis. My sister met him in an airport once. She said he was awful nice, but he's in a dodgy gang. Okay. We got Pink Floyd's Gilmore again. Phoenician Gilmore. And then you got Holland. Jules Holland. Okay. And Trevor McDonagh. Trevor McDonagh, he just appears and shits in all of these little weird shots. I don't know who that is, but I can guarantee you, right, that Stephen Fry, had something to do with the death, okay, here it comes, of, I can't remember his name, off of the young ones, Ade Edmondson and, oh my God. It'll come back to me now. So it's Phil Daniels of Quadrophenia, another one that was with The Who in the film Quadrophenia. I don't know who that little fella is there. He does look familiar, but I can't put a name for it. Ronnie Wood, the Rolling Stones, with his best mate, Gary Glitter, who's also one of the most famous suspected paedophiles in British history. A terrible mental block. Kevin Tuvey here, you know. He done a brilliant speech. Told everybody about everything that was going on and then get killed. Rip Mail. He had something to do with Rip Mail's death. He did. I know he did. Just got like spider senses and basically a hunch. Yeah. We don't do hunches in the Flat Earth Force. Yes, we do. We rely on instinct and spidey senses to tell us what we need to do. Ade Edmondson as well. So yeah, they're all in that same gang. It's fucked up, innit, guys? Anyway, don't buy the records. Let me just chop your dick off. No. I don't think that's what's going on. He looks dead anyway. He hasn't got a dick. It's too big. Chop it off. So here's another woman with an axe smashing in another demon's head. I'm telling you what. You know, from these pictures, I'm not being funny, it really does look like they're being abused, the demons. It does seem like the people, or these glow headers, are like abusing demons. That's what it looks like. There's another one. He's going to smash his fucking head in with a toffee hammer. Is that okay? Just kill him. Yeah, is that okay, guys? So here's Jesus and a skeleton. I'm going to chop a tree down with a load of people having a good time up there, or whatever their version of a good time is. So that's nice. Thanks, Jesus. And there's another woman, baseball batting a little baby's head in, or possibly the demon. I'm not sure. He's pushing. He said, "You have him. God, there's been so much cruelty going on in this. I don't even know. So the dog's got a firework in its mouth. That's not advisable. There's another demon there with a hook, and she's going to baseball bat him. Jesus Christ, it's carnage. There. Oh, this one's got a flail, and she's in a fanny. Mary in a big fanny with all stars, and she's going to flail either the baby or the demon. Because again, he's like, and there's that bed. He's like, this is just too weird and too trippy. We just fuck off already, this guy's saying. But yeah, it is a fanny. It's like, Jesus, does that sting? It's like, fuck yeah, don't touch it. It's okay, I'm just rubbing my beautiful long locks on your wounds. Please don't fucking touch it. But she was only being kind. as you can see, the Virgin Mary is actually a cover of a Middle Ages prayer book, which shows you fannies. This is a Middle Ages prayer book cover, and it's a vagina. Vagina. These are Middle Ages prayer book covers. Vagina, vagina, vagina. Vagina with melicillin out of the well. No shit, Sherlock. Vagina, vagina. Vagina, vagina, vagina. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vaginas. Good, isn't it? And I can say that over and over again. Here's another one. It's like, oh, put some clothes on. Put some clothes on. I only like little boys. They all got long blonde hair. You notice that. It's like, look, I seen this on the internet. If I just rub you by here and massage you, you will feel loads better. I feel okay. Don't. Just don't. So, yeah, there was this thing that if you just, I don't want to go into it. Don't worry about it. So, Lily, let me help you cycle. I'm just going to put my hands on your seat. That's not my seat, Henry. That's not my seat. So, it's much better days then. Oh, look at this. This is Jane Seymour. She is a woman. Just letting you know. These are a load of birds. Well, half birds. No, whole birds. They're birds. Chicken birds. Chicks. They're chicks. Chicks on the beach. Chicks on the beach. These are the new drones. These are a hand grenade on the end. And they're not anti-personnel. This will take a building out. And you can drone them to basically your enemy. And basically the bomb will drop and will blow the house up or the building. Okay? And they're using them now in battle. They're using these now. They're just using drone bombs. You don't even need to send a soldier or anything anymore. So, yeah. Just if you're feeling comfortable, sat in your house, just remember a drone with a bomb could happen. There she is again with that. The eye. That is amazing, that. It's one of the, I was going to use that as a thumbnail, but it was too freaky. I thought, fuck me, no. What I want to know is, this is a Roman nose decoration. Apparently the Romans clipped these on their noses, and this is a bat, like Count Dracula. Bat on their nose. Can you imagine that, like a little Hitler moustache of a bat on your nose? I don't know. And this is Roman as well, or Phoenician, and it's a fish eye lens. A fish eye lens. Okay. NASA's only thing is a fish eye lens. Boom, boom. Anyway. Oh, this classical Burke is buried in the sand. Buried, but not forgotten. Check out volcanoes. They always look like stuff in there. This looks like a bloke or maybe a woman. I see other stuff in there as well. I see a face there, eyes, nose. See another face there. I see loads of stuff going on in volcanic eruptions, which is a pyramid. So a lady said this in last week. So she's saying that she's seen a spectral thing on top of the mountain. Lady sent me this. And there's like a halo around it. And I'm thinking like that she's taking a photograph of her own shadow. But what's the rest? And it does look spectral. There. It really doesn't look like her own shadow, but I'm guessing it is. But what about the halo? She said it was a spectral being that appeared to her. She said she's seen him move and stuff. I had like a shiver when she was like on about it. I was like, fuck me. So that's good. Somebody was on about Lady Di earlier. Well, when she left that hotel, out the elevator, they got on film. The car she got in had a registration plate of 405 JV. The car that crashed had 688 LTV. It's a completely different car. I know it's like a long time after the occasion, but somebody should have mentioned that. Right. Hits of 1985. I was up to all sorts in 1985. In fact, I think I was living in London then. Careless Whisper, Wham. Yeah, shit song. Like a Virgin, Madonna. Shit song. What? Wham had 1 and 3. Wake me up before you go. Wham. Shit. I want to know what love is, Foreigner. That's good. I want to put my arm in the air and sing that now. I want to know what love is. I feel for you. Shaka Khan, Shaka Khan, Shaka Khan, Shaka Khan, Shaka Khan. So Shaka Khan's good. Foreigner's good. Out of Body, Out of Touch. Oh, I love Daryl Hall and John Oates. They are really good. All of their stuff. You're out of touch, he's out of touch. I like Man Eater the best. It reminds me of what I should be careful of. 7. Everybody Wants to Rule the World. Tears and Fears. Classic. They're brilliant. They just done a 12. They're supposed to be bad. Many Fun of Ink. Brilliant empty video. Dire Straits. Good that was. Crazy for You. Madonna. Bullshit crap. Take on Me. Fantastic. Ow. They had that video of a pencil and he comes to life with that girl in the cafe. And yeah, that's brilliant. I like Aha. Every Time You Go Away, Paul Young. Paul Young is just a knob. No, it's shit. Easy Lover, Phil Collins. Shit and shit. Can't Fight This Feeling, Ario Speedwagon. That's the only other Ario Speedwagon track I've ever heard of. Like, ever. We Built This City, brilliant. Starship on Rock and Roll. Power of Love, that should have been number 1. Huey Lewis and News, that's fucking brilliant. Simple Minds, they can fuck off. Cherish, Cool and the Gang, that should have been number 2. St. Elmo's Fire, that was all right. The Heat Is On, the Heat Is On. Glenn Fry, didn't know that. And We Are the World. That was when you had to suffer Live Aid in like Philadelphia. You had like fucking Phil Collins. Something in the Air Tonight. Yeah, Freemasonry. So this is brilliant baking soda. I'm sure loads of you know, but it absorbs radiation. Radiation absorbs heavy metals, alkalines in the body. It's good as a toothpaste. It freshens your garb, facial scrub, non-toxic deodorant, treats insect bites, itchy skin, makes hand cleansing softener, cleans brushes and combs, makes a bath soak. Soaks your feet. So basically, it's shit hot. It washes your dishes, it cleans the floors, furniture, curtains, clothes, diapers, batteries, cars, linens. Okay, so yeah, baking soda is fantastic stuff, and bicarbonate as well. They say it kills cancer. So press the button to hear the short speech by Greta Thunberg. Hot air. So another pre-Raphaelite John Waterhouse of A Classical Tale, and he's like, "What is it? That is you," because he's never seen himself. Because he hasn't got a mirror. So, do bones stink? Great news. They don't. And it doesn't except for when the chonk eats some bad tuna. Okay. While bone is living, it has flesh, grease, cartilage, and matter attached to it. Okay. But then it goes on to say here, okay, that you can stop a bone smelling, because apparently they smell, by soaking the bones in soapy water for at least 12 hours to remove the oils. So did they do that or some sort of process with every single skeleton in every single catacomb because they all needed preparing? Shit. Didn't they? There's that woman, look, putting water into the water with all of them cryptids and a fascia sticking in it lit. Some clue with that. Fascia is definitely included. Look at this then. This is in Greece, okay? And it's monasteries on top of mountains getting out of the way of the flood, yeah? I bet they're them little islands in out of the book. Look at the size of them, right? And they're on tops of these, and there's ladders going up to them. It's mind-blowing. All of them on tops of these. You see that? It says it's in Greece. Well, it's in Greek. It's in Greece. Yeah, I've never seen anything like that before. But I can imagine the water coming in and all of these being like them islands with them castles on that we just seen them in our old book. Yeah? So I got still 700, nearly 800 of you watching. That's fantastic. Please do share this out, guys. Whoop! We're finishing with that pictures. Now, obviously you can see what you want to see in life. But what I'm seeing is, what, a tree having a shag. Is that what's going on there? Does look like, doesn't it? I know. It's naughty. I'm naughty. Okay. So there I am, Flat Earth British. I did the logic bomb when I told you, you should, judge a book by its cover. Because if you ever met somebody who had a tattoo and they told you it was their naked sister, you don't want to be hanging around with them. Or just looking at them or going near them. So if you don't know and you're new to my channel, Okay, we have a lot of channels. We have Nectar, the Celtic Italian channel. It's got 31,500. And as well, we got Flat Earth British as well there. And these are all our backup channels. We post on them. We do stuff on them as well. So I'm coming back now because basically it is, and I had loads more to go. It's 12:30. I am literally officially 55 years young. Now it's Sunday. Oh, 670 and 97, nearly 700 of you. Thank you so much. I just talked for nearly 3 hours. My head is now pulsating. But I wanted to get through all that. And let's be honest, there was a lot we learned there, wasn't there, guys? And I definitely think that it's more than just creating a charge with the bell tech. I really do think with this, you know, this pebble in the water, the waves go out and, you know, from one church, that sort of sound vibration onto the next, they intermingle and they cover all the water. And the water, people are in and drinking as well. And it's been charmed, if you like, okay, with basically a frequency like 432. Makes perfect sense to me, guys. And then all the bells are gone, and all the world's gone to shit. And there's like this weird mind parasite, which they were called demons, happening. And people just getting weird shit happening in their heads. The psyche, for fuck's sake. Yeah, not your best friend. Keeps telling you stupid shit, guys. Yeah, it's in your head. Who's that voice? Who's the voice that's talking to you? In the English language as well. Basically, in your own language, which is Phoenician. Why don't we think without words? Just looking at an object and just not having to put a name to it. Because that's part of it too, guys. That's part of this scam too. Okay, then let's give all of you some greets, and I'll be off very shortly because this is getting off for 3.5 hours. I can't believe I've spoken for that long. It really doesn't seem like. So, Joy, Bliss, oh, I love you. Good to see you, my friend. 17 Joy's been with me many, many, many years. Missy, good to see you. Thank you for that. Lovely. Reality. So I'm happy now. I've got all of that out of the way. I was actually like, I can't wait to be able to do this vlog. I can't stand it. Happy belated birthday anniversary. Oh yeah, it is that. Thank you. Yeah, I was born in a violent thunderstorm, one of the worst in years, and I literally can remember seeing like an old round domed old-fashioned window with a flash of light. I literally can remember seeing that. So I can remember being born. I can remember the first thing I ever seen was a flash of light and you'd thunder in my reality. And I can remember seeing it. I can. And where I was born in St. David's Hospital, they did have them oval windows in a place called the Blue Room, which is not down now, but they did have them. It's weird, isn't it? That? So, Julie Ray, Alpha Billy, great show. Thanks. I was hoping so. I hope you all had a little laugh. Hope I didn't lose my shit anywhere in the vlog. Edna, love you. And Tatarian Truth. I love your name. Ting Ting Shiny. Hope everything's good. King Schnurgle Gerson. So let me check. Stay there, guys, because basically I've had messages concerning stuff going on in chat, but I've actually missed it all now. Joy. Okay, who's that? In Naimin, good to see you. Awesome show. Have a beautiful time. I'm not doing anything. Just catching up with all of this tomorrow. Eating. Just eat something. So I'm properly eating. So much great content lately. Thanks for Jax. And thanks for being a member. Robert Browning, good to see you. Birthday, yeah, 2nd of October, 1967. The Summer of Love. I was actually conceived at sea. Believe it or not. Yeah, at the stroke of 12. Excuse the pun. I was born. I was conceived. So I've had a very watery sort of existence. And then as a child, always at sea. And then in my early years, always at sea. And then I took time off then to family things, which made me really, really unhappy, by the way. Loyal Tangy, Knuckles, Dallas, Mark. I'm not cut out for all that, really. I'm more adventurous. Can't read. It just made me really unhappy. Denise, Dag, Carmichael's too much to do in the world, guys. And I love doing this truth, and it's the best thing ever. And thanks, Mo. Much love to you, my brother. it's like the gift of being able to bring truth. And like I said, the Most High has been generous. Everything I found and what I was trying to achieve with the post and everything just fell together beautifully. I was like, thank you. Thank you. That's all I really wanted. Karen, Rhonda, excuse me. Chan, good to see you. Crypto Alchemist, good to see you. Happy round day. Oh, I love that. Happy round day to you as well. Ugh. So, the usual psychopathic troll I've been having. Apparently, I'm haunted by one of a few psychopathic trolls, apparently. War of Truth, Julie Q. You get that. You get that. But they would never say it to my face. Headley Man. And that I know for a fact. Stu. D. Holy, good to see you. Mark Trump. Pamela. Because that's the thing about the internet, isn't it? Everyone feels Dr. Rock and super hands behind a keyboard. It's different kettle of fish when you're face to face with another man, isn't it? Three Fingers, you all right in Myrtle Beach? I heard you was getting a bit of a breeze on down there, yo. Crafty Kim was on the way to Carolinas. Oh, thank you, Campbell. Campbell. Oh, they wish me happy birthday. Oh, happy born day. Yes, I was birthed through a canal. I know. It's crazy, isn't it? It's all sea terms. Shabby Ives. So I hope you enjoyed my show tonight, Campbell, as well. Bells, shells, and wells all covered in one vlog. And that old book. Juicy, juicy, juicy. Why are they chopping up babies? Kids, I haven't got a fucking clue, guys. Lady Locks. Oh, all of that stuff that's going down is apparently really happening. I'll link it all up as soon as I finish this vlog and you can read it for yourself. It says it's based on what he witnessed. This guy. Poor, can't even pay attention. I'm so poor, I can't even pay attention. Oh, Dallas, don't make me cry. I promised I was not going to cry myself. Sing. It's unbecoming, isn't it? Although I felt a bit unhappy. I'm nearly crying once or twice. But it doesn't last. Pamela? Campbell, Mac Trum, Shaddy Ives is in the house. Are you lovely? And my brother, who is Dave Knuckles. Buy Martin a stack of ganja for his birthday today at PayPal. Love you, Dave. That's fucking brilliant. That is like, yes, do that. Hungry bee. I am a man of simple means. I'm not even into their bullshit, guys. The happiest thing I did was like deliver a fucking good vlog. I'm happy as fuck about that. What's this about his first shag? Hang on. Lil Wing, I was doing the maths. Are you saying your first shag was only lasted 21 to 2 minutes? I'm not going to even get into that. I'm not even going to look into even what that's about. I'm not. I don't want to know either. Mountain Lion. I don't know what's been going on in my chat feed fucking so long. Greta's a little boy. Yeah, she's an ugly little boy as well. Rona, good to see you, lovely. Tree stumps could be. Oh, the hills, you mean? Didn't think of that, Campbell. Tree stumps. They could have been tree stumps with all of them monasteries on top. Ionis, good to see you. Pit the Blood, good to see you. Bonus again. Ooh, let's see who else we got here. Suso, Anthony Suso's my brother. Have that picture at $1 silver. So, War on Truth. War of Truth. Good. I was wondering about that. It's like that war on drugs, isn't it? I was wondering if they meant like they're having a war on drugs, because that would be much more fun. Drop LSD on the enemy. Let's go in and hang out with them. Browning. That happened in Vietnam, didn't it? They dropped LSD on the enemy lines, but everyone was too fucked up and didn't want to do any fighting. So, what the fuck is it? It's a gun. It's a gun. Cheech, good to see you. Helmert, Julie. Okay, that has been nearly 4 hours, and I'm guessing enough of people watch this back. Good job, Billy. Ooh, what's that? How do you feel about data dumps? I don't know what they are. So, I don't feel about any of the bullshit. If it's anything to do with the internet, I instinctively know I'm not really interested, really, because it's not like my spiritual path. I'm a bigger truth here, guys. Bigger truth. 1985, I was a total punk. No, I'd gone out of all of that era by then. 85, I'd started growing my hair. Oh yeah, let's have a look. Little wing, Fiona. I lost my virginity to 5% of that playlist. What's that? I can't like finish on that. I'm gonna be playing on my mind now. Mark Trump, Stevie Wonder, he better be fucking blind. Caught that mic stand. Isabella. Shouldn't laugh about blind people, even if they're pretending to be. TW. Pamela. Anyway, I'm going to go very shortly, guys. I will be back. Keep an eye on my... excuse me. I can't drink. Keep an eye on my community page. I post regularly. I've just spent like a couple of days answering all of the fuck tons of attention I have on literally sweet fuck all. You know, I took a photograph of my crisp that I was eating. Yeah, because it was the day that they supposed to have crashed into an asteroid. So I wanted to show you how easy it is to blag space. And fucking hell, some attention. I'm like, whoa, that's brilliant. So keep an eye on my YouTube shorts. I'll do more of them. Once I have like a brain fart and something, you know, is born and you'll see that little light bulb on my head, I'll soon let you know all about it. Okay, guys? When I have them moments, I will share. Mark Lewis, good to see you, my brother. Keep up the good work. Listen well, good to see you. Chem Halo, yeah, I know. We've said that. Igor, Mushi, OJ, Kathleen, lovely name. A. Hannibal calls himself the Canaanite Phoenician, was Greek for Canaanites. That's interesting. You on about Hannibal Lecter or Hannibal that went over the mountain with elephants? Yeah, Fisheye Lens. Now you know, Mo. That's where they found it. That's where NASA nicked it from. Okay, guys, love you all. You've been fantastic. I hope you enjoyed the evening tonight. There's been a million things to think about. He's wearing shorts. No, trackies. Psychedelic shirt. I'm all hippied up today for my birthday. No, it's all day. That gone. I'm going to go now, mate. I'm Miles Phillips. I got to go, mate. I can't. My back's enough. I've been sat here fucking hours. Big cush. I need to be horizontal. But I need a cup of coffee, I think. I got a cold one there. London Ground, there you are, my brother. King Charles, President Biden, being on the throne. No difference in outlook. It's a big wank. Don't even bother. Big wank. Don't even bother. Don't care. Carl the Alchemist, good to see you. Crypto Alchemist. He's like, that's like he's almost your broski there, isn't he? Your homie. Or your alchemist. Good Penny, how you love? Good to see you. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you felt the love. Hope you learned something here today. Have an awesome day, Martage. I will too, Campbell. Thank you for that, my brother. And woo-hoo. Rest easy. All right, Nostar, Fiona, all of you. Much love. Bear, my brother. Okay, thank you for that. Isabella, lovely. Thank you for that as well. Okay, I'd had some more questions, but my eyes are going to fail at any second. Just holding it there. And there's still 500 people. Please like this video if you did. If I made you giggle or you've learned anything today, and I will link all of these books up in the descriptions below this video as soon as I finished. Okay, like this video. Okay, subscribe. Click the little bell bastard that doesn't work anyway, and you will get notified. Probably. Okay, do that for me. And subscribe. And subscribe to all the others as well. Everybody in the community. It makes perfect sense because we're the best truthers in the fucking world. We're the most important thing since sliced bread. Anyway, we're going. Nostar, thank you for that. There you are. Fiona says, little wing says Nostar, which is good night in Welshland. Okay, guys? Very grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for you all, guys. I really am. Okay? It's the best thing ever. I'm grateful I could do that and everything about it. It's just fantastic. I love doing fantastic, and you guys have been fantastic. Yeah, imagine if it was a gig in a hall and I just had to, you know, entertain and do all of that in front of like 700 odd people. The buzz, just be brilliant. And I have done that in conventions with hundreds. There's been fucking buzzes off the radar. Keep mindful of that. We love you, Martin. Oh, thank you, Enrique. Oh, nice. Sad no. Oh, thank you, Jersey Bob, for that. That was beautiful. Thank you, my brother. Thank you, Rob. Love to you all. Okay, boom shanker. May the seeds of your loins be forever fruitful in the belly, women. Be good. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And I will see you. If you need me, martinliedtke7@gmail.com. I will just show you that in case you need me for anything. And please like, subscribe, and share. And all them groovy YouTube things. Okay. Thanks, Ollie. Big kush. 4 hours of juice. I got to fuck off. 4 hours. Jesus. I got to have a rest. All right. Peace and love to you all. Be good. And thank you for everything. See you soon.